Radio Underground, episode 248. Fireworks are going off. World War III starting in the Middle East, but you know what? We're going to make you laugh. After we get...
That's debatable.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to make me laugh. Put it that way.
This is just for us.
So...
It makes my arm look all big and stuff, too. Like,
you look jacked.
I don't know what's going on. It's this chair.
I look grayer than normal. I look gray. Bad.
Yeah.
I'm catching up to you, that's for sure.
That's true.
Anyways, the reason we call this episode We Do Not Hate Rocky Dennis, there's been a recent development with our channel on YouTube. Or with our massive...
already here messing with this.
Oh, great. Who you rooting for in the Israel war? I'm curious.
Craniodysplasia is no joke, son. Yeah, we know.
Do you want the Jews to win? Who you got, Abram? All right. Anyways, this show's never been... that's what most people say.
Yeah.
So anyways, the point of the show.
Yes.
Recently, people have found our video on YouTube, and I used to do just audio sections with a still picture because we're gross, and I didn't want anyone to know what we looked like unless they tuned in live, because they tend to be a little nicer if you're live. And it was about Rocky Dennis. Yeah. And it was back, I think it was when we were waiting on the rodecaster, so I wanted to try just one mic in the room to catch, just as a, so our audio was...
Like a round table.
Yeah, and the audio was terrible.
It was horrible.
But it was about Rocky Dennis.
Yes.
And we're getting pretty hated on quite badly.
Yeah. In case you don't know, it's like the youngster Joseph's here, and he's saying something about Rocky Dennis, but I don't know if he actually knows what Rocky Dennis is.
Yeah.
Rocky Dennis was a teenage boy who had craniodiaphyseal dysplasia, which made him have this big, huge giant...
Or Look of the Lion.
Or, yeah. It was called lionitis at one point.
Yeah.
A weird name for it.
Because they get their nose,
Yeah, and it really made his...
He was disfigured.
Yes. And they made a movie about him in 1985 starring Eric Stoltz and Cher called Mask. And we were talking shit about the movie about this kid's life, not the kid himself.
Yeah, we're talking about how the movie, as all Hollywood movies, they take liberties with someone's story, and we picked it apart.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I start getting notifications, which I don't get any on YouTube, barely ever anymore. Yep. And Facebook is where we're most active, it seems.
Yes.
Anyway, started getting all these notifications. People just shitting on us because you guys are evil. One guy said something like, "You guys are evil. You're gonna face." I don't know what it is. Something about us getting what we get coming.
Yeah,
it's like horrible things are gonna happen to us.
End up before the pearly gates.
Yeah. And then there was a very common... Well, I'll put up some of them right now.
Yeah, please.
So this is... let me see. Don't worry. I'm fatter than you. Don't worry about it. All right. So this is some of the comments here. Yeah. Now I understand why this channel has no subscribers after seeing this video. 500... I didn't expand it. 500 subs, blah, blah, blah. I didn't expand that, but he says... It's mostly your friends and family. Yeah, mostly my friends and family do watch their show. Yeah, I don't, love this movie based on a truth. That person was at 521 subs. All I have to know about the video. It doesn't have anything to do with the video. It could have one sub, but the video is true. It's true.
Yeah.
So keep your mean comments about Rocky to yourself. And there's another one, basically hoping something bad happens to us.
Didn't the 521 sub guy say, is all I need to know? Didn't he also subscribe to the channel?
Yeah, because after
521.
Yeah, he subscribed after shitting on me.
Yeah, what the fuck? I don't get it.
So, okay.
Abram, you do not have craniodiaphyseal dysplasia. We know it's not a good time. We understand that. But you don't have it.
Yeah, you don't have it.
You just have a big head.
So, I went back because this is a 4-year-old video.
Yeah.
When we probably had less than 200 subscribers, I think.
Yeah.
We had nothing. We don't have anything now, but we really had nothing.
Before we really built this thing up.
But we built this empire. And I haven't actually listened to it in full, what got these people so mad at us, but I'm going to apologize for the audio because it's terrible. Yeah. But I want to see, you let you guys decide, are we really evil? Is this really so bad?
The audio kind of sounds like, when you watch the first 48 and they're interviewing a suspect, and they just have one mic in the room.
Yeah.
That's all you hear. That's the same kind of audio we have.
Yeah. Like, so you said you killed her, but you didn't. So actually, I got to actually upload. It won't take very long.
No, I know that.
But yeah, so it's.
Because I forgot we had done that. When I listened to a little bit of the audio, I'm like, why does it sound like that?
Yeah, it sounds so bad. Because we were waiting on the rodecaster, and I didn't feel like I thought we were going to get it that day, and we didn't. So I said, let's just try this. I don't feel like setting up the old system. Because, you know, the old thing was kind of convoluted, too, just like this setup. I didn't feel like setting it up. So we're going to play the other one there.
Don't do that.
But anyway.
This is my biggest hit on Facebook, on TikTok. But
so here's us being horrible, being the worst people in the.
well, yeah, we did compare him to Shaun White, but I thought that was a compliment.
Yeah,
Shaun White. Have you seen the woman he's with?
Yeah,
she's fucking smoking.
Olympic champion.
He's won gold medal.
So here it is.
It looks like the actual Rocky Dennis, not the Stoltz version, even.
Yeah, because the kid that had the disorder. The actual Rocky Dennis didn't look as scary.
No, they made him look so.
They made him like Eric Stoltz's character was really over the top. Like
yeah, they had
like that kid was disfigured, but it wasn't that bad.
No,
like
it wasn't as bad as the movie.
Look up
that's
actual Rocky Dennis.
Yeah, I've seen.
And he wasn't that.
It's. I mean,
he just had basically a really big nose.
Yeah,
everything
is like stretched over his face.
Like I wouldn't even be freaked out if I saw that kid in public.
Man, no, I know they made him all like, oh, Quasimodo, like big long head.
We're talking about the movie,
I saw the
by the
movie
way,
young, and then I saw it again in my 20s, and finally read up on it. It's like, man, they added so much shit to that movie. It's like the bikers didn't exist. The girl that he was in love with, the blind girl, didn't exist. He didn't look anything like they fucking made him look.
They've been doing that crap.
They're like. He looked only like 30% abnormal to me.
The Bob Seger thing's like, oh, I love Bob Seger, and Bob Seger wrote a song for it and stuff. He fucking loved Bruce Springsteen. They'd like change it because
they couldn't afford Bruce Springsteen.
No, they had him, and all of a sudden something happened, and like his record company's like, no, we changed our mind, and they're like, well, he really loved Bob Seger though. They just changed it like immediately.
Yeah, they turned him into like a white trash kid that was the son of a biker whore.
Oh, yeah.
That's not what his mom was.
No, I know, like they just
imagine being his mom.
Like there was guys just lined up railing his mom all the time.
Like freaking
again, we're
Sam
talking
Elliott
about
was
the
tricking
movie.
her out.
Yeah, I know. It's sad. I mean,
I want you to grab me a beer.
They've done
go in the fridge and their suits.
They've done these like movies like that so many times. I mean,
well, they do it with everything.
They get like a bit of a story and go, all right, well,
that's not my meme.
I know it's not, but it's still funny.
Yeah, so like,
so Undertaker doesn't look that much like Rocky Dennis.
Well, see, that's a thing. All these people like getting mad and coming. This is news to me because any ugly friend people have that has red hair gets the Rocky Dennis.
Yeah.
And I seen a guy that we went to high school with. His friend said, "Hey, his name's Steve. I won't give his name." He's like, "Hey, Steve, I found your high school yearbook, and it was Eric Stoltz as Rocky Dennis because he's a red haired guy that's not good looking." And I guess maybe it's a generational thing, like the real, young people are, I don't mean to be all like, everybody's so sensitive, but I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I just think.
Well, people are too sensitive.
It's like, I don't think what we did was that bad. I listened to that.
No.
I didn't say anything. The only thing I said, the laughing was probably too much, but we were laughing at the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. How much they stretched.
Yeah. And I didn't say one thing about the kid. But in the comments there,
abnormal. He actually, it's really not. I mean, it was obviously he looked different.
I guess you don't laugh. You shouldn't laugh about it. But I was laughing. But I was laughing about the movie and the liberties they took with the real guy.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'll play that other one with you.
Why is his head so big in the movie?
Yeah, you got a lot of heat for that TikTok. Also, I put it on everybody, and it got a bunch of hate. This is evil, and it's just...
Maybe I shouldn't have.
Okay, here it is. Here's Brian's horrible thing.
I don't know.
So you look like a disfigured teen, is what you're saying. Ooh, God, it's so horrible.
I don't even know what I was thinking about that.
But that got a bunch of comments too. I read through those comments.
It's my most popular TikTok.
So I don't hate Rocky Dennis, but I'm not apologizing for anything because I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything that bad. Might be, you could say I'm tasteless.
Yeah.
That's fine. We're tasteless.
We did not make fun of.
But we didn't make fun. Yeah.
Boy. We didn't make fun of him. We made fun of a movie that was way, way too dramatic, and they took way too many creative liberties with. And basically, it was barely about the kid, the actual kid.
Yeah, here's
this character, and then let's make up stuff.
Here's the premise. Land encapsulates it perfectly. Real story. My condition made my life a bit difficult, but I'm good. Hollywood story. This kid is disabled as the second coming of Jesus. Yeah, and they're mad at me. The thing is, they're taking it out at me. What they see on their Facebook timeline, their friends making fun. I bet they're all people with red hair.
Yeah. That
look kind of ugly, and they were like, God, I get compared to Rocky.
That's probably what it is.
And now they're mad at me. I'm ugly too.
We triggered something in them.
Yeah.
We brought up some subconscious thing that they had put away a long time ago.
Yeah.
But
I guess I'll have to ride off into the sunset with my 521 subs.
Yeah. I wonder how many subs that guy that made that joke has.
I don't know. He was pretty built. I will say the one guy, he was like he looked pretty strong.
I'm not going to question.
Probably beat me up, but fuck him.
Yeah. Well, it's like that's the online version of basically you can't think of anything else, so you call somebody fat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, oh, you got this many subs. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, like I told one hater years ago, like it was another one. You only got, I think we didn't have 500. You only have 300 subs. You guys suck. It's not like, okay. Do you like play softball or sports or anything on the weekend? I can't remember what he said. I said, okay, why are you playing if you're not going to be a pro? You're wasting your time.
Yeah.
I do it because I enjoy it. It's my hobby. You might play golf. Someone might play golf. Someone may lift weights, like that guy that hates me, but he ain't ever getting the IFBB.
Nope.
So why are you lifting weights? You're not getting the IFBB.
What's the point?
There's no point. And so I don't have as many followers as Theo Vaughn. I guess we should just give up. I'm doing it for fun.
Yep.
For fun. The one guy was spot on though. It's mostly just your friends and family. That is true. That you got.
Whatever.
You got me.
That's how you
but fuck you too.
Fuck you also. Me, I don't care for this particular movie. Offended party. Why do you hate my people?
Yeah, it's like I don't. It's like, man, there's a lot of reasons to hate me, and that I said some horrible things on here over the years, and then you get.
That's
me.
the thing that got.
The thing that lukewarm take about a disfigured kid that's been dead for 40 years.
Not even about the disfigured kid.
Yeah, about the movie about him.
He said it's like he's not even that disfigured. He's not even that bad looking.
The
movie though.
The act
looks so much worse.
Yeah, the actual kid. If you saw him in person, you wouldn't like jump or recoil. You're like, oh, that.
I mean, I might jump a little.
But he wasn't like he didn't look like.
Fun of him, though.
Yeah, and then the woman, don't pick that movie apart. Everything deserves a pick apart, ma'am.
I don't care what movie it is. I will pick things apart. Even if I love a movie, I don't care what it is. I will find something wrong.
Yeah.
But it's part of the creative process.
So I don't know. We do not hate Rocky Dennis.
No.
We don't. We wish he was still here with us.
He's my second favorite Rocky.
Yeah.
After Rocky the Squirrel.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah.
Rocky the Boxer. Rocky's third. But...
So I don't know what I got to do. I don't think I did anything. But of all the horrible things I did,
no.
There's a few things I wish I could have back. I could have a take back on, and that's not one of them. I don't even think it was that bad.
No, I agree with you.
I
agree with you. Also, this camera makes my hand look really fucking huge. Look how it looks like it's
massive.
Massive. My hands are not this big, ladies.
Yeah,
just so you know.
You look gigantic.
That's a 32-ounce string. It looks like a palm in it.
That's why I said one thing I hate is how my camera is super HD and yours is like dimmer. It's dim.
It is. It's like we're in two different rooms, but
we're
in the same light.
Yeah.
The same light bulb.
Yeah. But, I'm gonna have to just get another one of those cameras and just mount it up here and just call it a day. Because it's just too starkly, it's weird.
It is.
I'm gonna cause someone to have a seizure watching this.
Yeah, but Rocky Dennis is okay in my book. The movie,
I
like the movie when
I flat out love the movie, but it's basically a work of fiction.
Yeah, it's literally like 2/3 fake.
Yeah, there was a disfigured kid that lived in California. That's about it.
Yep.
That's about all the movie got right.
Somebody, one of the things said is like, the mom did hang with bikers. I'm like, yeah, she may have been hanging around with bikers, but she didn't live and work and hang out and do nothing but hang out with those bikers.
Yeah.
She was friends with bikers. There was no biker with a heart of gold, Sam Elliott. He didn't exist.
Gar isn't a real person. So, okay, Alan report. I don't know. I haven't seen Alan in a couple of weeks. Probably going to go tomorrow.
If you go tomorrow, go before or after 1 o'clock. He's having a meeting at 1 o'clock.
Oh, the group?
Yeah.
All right.
They were supposed to do it at 11. I guess they're doing it at 1. So
Okay.
anyways, I saw Alan a couple times this week. Not as much as the week before. The week before last, I saw him like 6 times. This week, I saw him. I went this morning, but actually he was working out, so I just kind of sat back and waited, and he kept going, and I had to go. So I just I didn't get to see him today. I bought him a smoothie though. That's important. He likes those smoothies with the protein and the other stuff in it. Anyways,
Yeah.
From Smoothie King.
Good point.
Which I'm becoming like addicted to, by the way. Anyways, what's but he's been doing good. He's been doing his therapy. He's making some progress. He has a release date of Thursday.
He's coming out Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay.
But they're kind of working with him on more on stuff that he needs to learn to do himself at home, like shoes or bathroom transfers and stuff, how to get out of the chair and onto the toilet himself a little bit, or figure all that stuff out. So they're doing that, but he was actually on the bike when I got there today, so he was doing physical workouts too.
Good. Awesome.
He's doing good. He's relatively good spirits. He doesn't, obviously he wants to be better, but he also doesn't want to be there type situation.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yep.
At all.
But no, he's doing it. He seems relatively well. Still got a lot of stuff to do.
No demon or Bigfoot sightings. No. That'd be cool, but
I bet Rocky Dennis's mom wishes she could turn back time.
Yeah, I put that up. I posted
I
up.
see that. I'm sorry.
No, I mean.
Oh, you put it as a highlight. Yeah.
Yeah, just so our massive 6 viewers.
But he's doing better. Seems like he's got he's able to do a little bit more himself. No matter what, it's gonna be difficult doing bathroom stuff because if you have to hold yourself up and also figure out a way to pull it. Well, think about it. If you had a broken arm and you had to, you could stand up and you could still use your one arm to pull your pants down if you had to take a dump or something.
Yeah.
He has to use that one arm to hold himself up because he only has one arm and one leg, and try to figure out a way to prop himself up and maybe pull his pants down. Chances are it's not going to work that well.
No.
It's probably going to need help. So let's figure that out. I've had help a few times. It's not fun.
No. I imagine not.
No, and I mean, it's not fun for me, but it's got to be downright embarrassing for him. Think about it.
Yeah.
But he's still kept pretty good spirits though. But it's not even like it looks like he's getting out Thursday. He will be out Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday. That's more because they don't think after there's only so much they can do there. They're not like super intense. They're doing as much as they can, but they got like what? It's like basically classroom rules. You got one teacher with 30 students. It's kind of like that there. They probably got 10 trainers, but they got all these people. You can't give people the amount of time they need. He needs something more focused on him. So when he gets out, he'll have to get that a little bit more. But yeah, he's doing good. I'll probably see him. I'm probably going to go up first thing tomorrow and see him before his crew shows up.
Yeah, I was there one time. They were there doing the meeting. They're very nice. Very nice.
They're very nice. I just don't want to sit through a meeting. That sounds bad. But
yeah.
And I know he's still, especially right now, he probably needs some of the support and stuff. But it's like those are his people. I don't want to impede on their time. Also, they want to see him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm probably just going to go early again.
Yeah, I didn't know what a meeting would be like, but I went to it, and you don't talk about what people say or anything, but It just was people. I mean, they were opening up and talking about their issues and stuff, but it's really just people just like talking, like therapy.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't have any issues, so I don't need to go to the meeting.
Yeah.
I have nothing wrong with me.
I'm perfect.
And plus, that's the other thing I don't want to go because if they're talking about this stuff, I don't have the same issues as them. Obviously, they have those addiction issues, that's not something I've ever experienced. So I don't want to like
Mm-hmm.
sit there and listen to them and have literally nothing to offer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I find that when I
why don't you just stop drinking?
Yeah, it's like, how about just drink on the weekends like I do? Can't you just stop?
Just quit. It's easy.
I drink Saturday. Can't you drink just Saturday? Well, Friday. I drank yesterday. They make them feel worse about themselves.
Yeah, I would literally have nothing to offer, and I'd be really worried that somebody would say something that would make me laugh, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to laugh at anybody. So yeah, he'll be home this week. That'll be good. But there was some excitement there on Thursday.
Yeah.
My daughter Elizabeth has to do her allergy shots down the street from there.
Mm-hmm.
And we were on our way there, so we just said, we'll stop and hang out with Alan for a little while. So we were there about an hour and a half, but we walked in, brought him a smoothie from Smoothie King. It's really delicious because he likes them too. You know, the food there isn't always the best. It's better than the last place, but you know how food is. It's in those places. It's made to be like nourishment. It's not anything that's super delicious.
Yeah.
You know,
it just gets you by.
It gets you by. Some of it's okay, but there's certain things you won't eat. Anyways, I got a smoothie. We walked in, and I heard somebody say, help. I'm like, what the hell was that? All right. And then I heard a few more times, and then it got worse. And it kept on like yelling. And so I don't know what was going on, but there was no nurses around on the floor. I don't know if they were dealing with other things or there's something going on. There's 2 floors to the place, you know. The nurses station is when you come in, you know where you come into.
Yeah.
It's the other way, so it's like at the end of that hallway. There's a nurse's station, and I kept on hearing this guy going towards that direction, saying "help," and then it got worse, and then "help, God, help!" I'm thinking, what is wrong with this guy? So I walked down the nurse's station because it was at 15 minutes. At that point, he was yelling "help."
Yeah,
He didn't have a light on or anything, but maybe he can reach the light. You know, his buzzer. So I walked down the nurse station, past his room, and it just kept getting worse. He was just yelling really loud. So I walked the nurse station over there. I walked around the corner to basically like a dead end. There's a back way into the gym over there. Nobody. There's no nurses. I almost went upstairs to see. And finally, I'm like, no, I just want to walk back towards the front desk. And he saw me as I walked by his room, and it got worse because he saw somebody finally. And he's like, "Oh God, help me!" And I looked at as I walked past really quickly, really fast. I walked past because I don't want him to see me.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
Well, I can't help him.
You don't want to be summoned for help.
Well, no, I don't mind helping people, but it's like in that kind of situation, you probably want to, especially this guy was in a wheelchair. You want to train professionally. You want somebody.
You don't want to move somebody. You don't know how to move them or
what
whatever.
If I move him and this guy's like had been in traction before, and his back breaks when I pick him up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he has like fucking brittle bone disease, like Samuel L. Jackson in Unbreakable or something. He's Mr. Glass. I don't know. So I walked all the way back up to the front, and I said, "Look, there's a guy in this room who's like yelling for help, and he has been for a little while." She's like, "There's no nurses around?" I'm like, "No, there's nobody. I looked everywhere. There's no nurses around." She's like, "Okay, well, let me call the nurses station." He goes to call the nurses station. I'm like, "No, I was back at the nurses station. There's nobody at the nurses station." She's like, "Well, that's weird." I'm like, "I know." So she calls over the PA, and by the time I got back to Alan's room this time, this guy was like, he's like, "Oh my God, for the love of God, someone help me." So, of course, I'm laughing at this point because who wouldn't laugh?
Yeah.
At this? And so basically what happened was this guy was in his wheelchair and he slid down and he couldn't pull himself back up.
That's it?
That's essentially it. And then after that, they finally got a nurse up there. And then all of a sudden 3 showed up. The first one that showed up is this little tiny nurse who's probably 5'3", maybe 100 pounds. She's probably a little more than that now because she's pregnant, you know, so she's probably a little bit more than 100 pounds now, but she couldn't pick. And this guy was big. It was like a guy my size, basically, maybe a little bit bigger.
Oh God, help!
It got so loud. It went on for over half an hour at this point before someone finally showed up, and they were trying to help him slide up in the chair, and they couldn't do it, so they had to get that thing that looks like you know, like the where you do the flies, like the machine where you do
Yeah,
the flies.
yeah, the sling.
But it's like that, but they use it to pick people up out of the chairs. And then they finally got him up into his chair, and he's like, "No, I want to get in the bed." And he like changed his mind all of a sudden. But he was like, "Ah, God, for the love of God!"
Just because he fell a little bit down in the chair.
It was like his feet were on the ground. He's like, "Ah, God!" But maybe there's something wrong, and he couldn't lift himself up.
Like he's got molten lava burning his feet.
So my daughter, who's one of those, you know, millennials who's pretty sensitive to stuff, was also laughing at this. I was like, Alan's like, it's like, what is wrong with that guy? I'm like, literally nothing's wrong with that guy. He thought he was someone like a crazy person or something. He's just yelling. He thought maybe he had fallen out of the chair. I'm like, no, Alan, he's literally just slouched down in the chair. He's like, oh, well, he's just fucking nuts. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it was a hoist
machine. Yes.
Yeah.
It reminded me when it walked by, it looked like a workout machine from the gym.
And by the way, Joseph, I saw at the beginning of the show you had some issues with your heart. Hopefully you got that sorted out with the heart.
Yeah.
And I got to let Dale out. He's getting annoying, and I think the fireworks have stopped.
It sounds like the fireworks from the fest.
Yeah, I got to let him out because he's pacing, and I want to punt him. Come on.
Gotta go outside, do.
Come on.
Do.
Go on.
For people that don't know, Dale's the cat. He's not just some guy wandering around the house. Mike doesn't have any guys wandering around the house anymore. It's just one of the cats. Who's the outdoor cat. So, and we just had our local city fireworks that just ended a few minutes ago. So he's now safe to go out without freaking out. Probably. Who knows? But yeah. Anyways, how's everybody doing? Cool.
Sorry for the delay. I got a piss.
It's okay. Yeah, premise land. Cause if you work at a hospital, you get used to someone shouting. I'm sure you do. The last place Alan was at, I heard a lot more. This one's been more quiet, but this was the first time. And actually, he said it's the first time he's heard anybody yelling like that. But that guy was. I mean, again, I don't know what issues this man has, what ailments he has.
All right.
But if I heard that, I'm just going to think this guy's A, crazy, B, overreacting. That's what I thought. It seemed like he was.
Probably.
Maybe he has some kind of mental thing. I don't know. Premise line said, for my amusement, I will imagine that Mike has some dude he takes outside to go potty.
Yeah.
I explained to them that Dale is a cat.
Yeah, and I offered to punt my neighbor. I'm going to punt you if you don't shut up.
Shut up, neighbor. You have a roommate that you're going to punt.
Fact is, my animals bully me is the truth.
Yeah. Oh, no,
and they tear up my house.
Our cat bullies us. When I get up in the morning at 5:30, as soon as I get up, he's like, wow, wow. It's like you don't eat for like 2 more hours. Get the fuck away from me, cat.
I just feed them whenever they want. I can't take it anymore.
I can ignore him pretty much. Some mornings though, if I'm in there trying to eat something real quick and he thinks it's in any way something he might like to eat, he'll be around my feet like doing the
figure eights
around my legs and stuff, and I'll be sitting there eating. I'm like trying to kick him every once in a while. I don't get like that most of the time. I ignore him.
Yeah,
but he's a dick.
So you guys might notice I'm back to the boom mic.
Yeah,
because this piece of equipment here,
the headset mic,
this headset started acting up, and it's the most expensive piece of equipment I have.
Yeah,
and I can't.
Expensive than the Mac or the rodecaster.
No, it's not that expensive, but it's the most expensive mic. It's the most expensive mic I have.
Yeah,
it's $200 some odd.
Do you have a warranty on that?
No. I have never in my life had a good outcome with expensive headphones. That's why I buy these cheapies here, and that's a headphones, and it's bad.
Sadly, not yet, brother. But thank you kindly, and in short form, for a week now, been waking up with fast heart rate and random heart and arm pains of my lube meds because they cause me bad pains, weakness, kind of like a tachycardia.
So,
learned all kinds of new
no energy drinks. Don't do any kind of narcotics. No weed or anything like that. You're a kid. You shouldn't be doing that stuff anyway.
Yep.
You're young.
Drink water.
You're a teenager. Drink water. Plenty of water. If you need something to chill you out a little bit, maybe some, what do they call that crap that helps? Gabatine. It's like natural. It's not a...
Yeah.
It's not a drug. You can go and get it in a drugstore.
Well, maybe. I don't know about over there, what you can get where.
Yeah, things are different everywhere.
I mean,
Used to be able to buy a CPAP machine on fucking Amazon. I can't now.
no, not anymore. But yeah, you really need to change stuff up. Eat some vegetables, man.
You got to change your life up.
Change your life.
Don't get like me and wait till it's too late. My legs now, they swell so bad. I'm like, my dad's like, Jesus Christ. Like, what are you saying? It's going to go away.
Joseph, do you guys have a Smoothie King over there? Get a smoothie with some of that. They got the stuff in it, antioxidant stuff, or an electrolyte mix that you can get added to it.
You're young enough you can turn it around right now.
Yeah, please, just do it now.
You don't want to get to the point of no return.
When you get double the age you are now, even double the age you are now, which was he, like 16 or 17, something like that. Once you get in your 30s, it's not going to be easy, man.
Yeah, he's some
40s is even worse.
He's whatever age Dr. Disrespect likes. Whatever. That's when he's right in there. But
breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth and calm yourself down.
Stay calm.
Yeah.
Be calm.
I read something. It actually used to help me sleep at night and stuff. I read something at one point. Said if you're going to do a breathing exercise and you breathe in through your nose as long as you can, but try to keep it as quiet as you can when you're laying in bed. This helps you go to sleep. So breathe into your nose, but try to do it as gently and quietly as you can, but as long as you can. And then breathe out through your mouth just as quietly. And keep doing that, and it'll help you go to sleep. It stopped working for me a long time ago, but at one point it worked really well. Well, actually, back when we lived in the duplex, it helped me go to sleep. Oh,
yeah.
Doctors gave me my meds, said tell them when I start feeling pains, I could do tests, but only got minor pains. So send me home, said come back soon, or when I get bad pains again, and LOL. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Well, here's the thing about meds. The doctors, they don't know nothing. People that give that advice. And
doctors don't know nothing. No, they're basically just, they're giving you instructions on how to use something based on what you tell them.
Yeah.
They can't like check your blood, read your blood and be like, well, you need to take this many times a day.
I don't care what they give me to take. I always try it in halves first, just because I don't know how it's going to affect me. So they say you need to take this every day.
Yep.
So I crack it in half, and if I feel a difference or no difference, then I take. But if I get real dizzy and sleepy, then I'm like, all right, I don't need more than half because I'm not going to get any sleeper or dopier than I am now.
I am a lowest dose possible first.
That's actually what medicine is supposed to be, the lowest effective dose.
Yeah.
Because if you take too much, then like we talked about before, it fixes one thing. Every medicine fixes one thing, causes problems elsewhere.
Yeah.
My blood pressure will keep me from having a stroke, but it will eventually thrash my kidneys. But they take the gamble that your heart will give out a lot quicker than your kidneys will. So
Joseph says, I'm now going to start changing my life. And I cut energy drinks out weeks ago. They started giving me pains. And I've never took opioids. And sadly, no to the smoothie milkshake place, Brian Bro, and and Humandale. Okay.
Yeah, I've never taken opiates either. I don't know.
The smoothie is just I'm just pushing Smoothie King. I'm hoping for a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Like Tubi.
Smoothie King. Yeah. Brought to you by Tubi.
Yeah. Smoothie King's awesome though. Don't go to Tropical Smoothie Cafe. There's some things they add sugar to, and I don't know why. Because the fruit's got plenty of sugar in it already. I don't like added sugars. But I like the Smoothie King vibe, I don't know if they have smoothie places over there. I don't know what they have in your land, in your kingdom. So something like that. Start finding healthier things to eat or drink. Include some vegetables and fruits into your diet. Fish. Now, I'm not talking about like fish and chips or like it's heavily battered fish. That's not good for you. I'm talking about just like fish, or like tuna, or as you'd say over there, tuna. Tuna on Tuesday.
What's going on, Andrew?
That's good for your heart also. The omega-3s.
Haven't
fatty
heard.
acids.
Haven't heard from you in a million years.
What's up, yo?
If you guys want to check out his band, they're called I Hate My Friends. They are on Spotify. I don't know if they're on my platform of choice, which is iTunes or the Apple Music Store, but they are on Spotify.
All right.
I Hate My Friends.
I have the Spotify.
Yeah. It is objectively better, but I'm being a snob. You know, just all Apple.
Listen to Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah. All Apple all the time.
Yeah.
Until I like turn into a robot. Just merge with it, the system.
Joseph says, "Ayo, sup, A-dub, bro."
Yeah.
And a little face with sunglasses on.
So I did have talking points, but I don't know if I'm going to go through many of them. And the main reason is because I was supposed to get like video of it. Like I was going to talk about Hillary Duff. I didn't know how stacked she was. Oh, yeah. There's a video of her tucking her tit back in her shirt.
After she had the kids,
their tits are huge.
Huge. Her behind got bigger, but it's like not. It's like she got curvier, but not like sloppy curvier. Like
no,
she looks really good.
Yeah, she like she was one of the ones when I was younger. I didn't think anything. I knew she was a pretty girl. It wasn't like, man, I love that Hillary Duff.
Well, I know, and she's quite a bit younger than us.
So. Yeah, so I wasn't really into it.
Morgan was really into it. He really talked about her hotness, and I was like,
not to sound like a complete sicko, she resembles my sister a little bit, so that's weird. Yeah, but because of the changes, the gap in their looks are different.
Oh yeah.
So I can be, admirable of those.
Grown up, mother of children, Hillary Duff is really good looking.
Yep. Massive tits.
Massive tits. Great ass. Morgan was right this time. I'll give him that one.
Rarely a rare W for Morgan. Speaking of big tits, got great news about Sydney Sweeney. She gained 30 pounds to play Christy Martin, the female.
Did you see her arms?
Yeah.
Oh my God, she got in shape.
And she was complaining, I'm doing air quotes, that the 30 pounds went to her boobs and butt.
Oh no.
And like I stole the joke, but it's the rich get richer.
Yeah.
She didn't need more boobs and butt, but she got 30 pounds worth of more.
Man, whatever.
So I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I was a little surprised because Christy Martin. Christy Martin was an incredibly ugly woman.
She's a normal looking chick.
She's a normal looking chick. She wasn't
ugly or not, yeah, but
she looked like Sweeney. But I saw the picture of her with the Christy Martin hair and the no makeup and stuff. I'm like, all right, she's pulled off. She got good shape though. She looked like she committed.
Yeah.
So
you go with the women. Oh, I got all nothing but boobs and butt. Oh, darn.
Yeah. I'm sure women aren't gonna be jealous of you or anything.
They'd be like a dude. I went from 200 to 230 pure muscle. Oh.
Gross.
Look at me. I look like shit. Look at me. Look like Arnold or something. Lame.
Yeah, I saw that. I was trying to find pictures of it, and you can't really find it.
You can't. They probably want to keep it on. That's probably part of the hype.
Yeah.
Because you got the hype. She's probably the beauty subjective, but she's probably like the consensus hot chick right now.
I would say, yeah.
She's like everybody likes.
Most people like her.
Yeah. Of course, you might like a different style of girl, but she's universally hot. She's one of the ones that there's almost nobody that I ain't really into it. People try to do that with hot chicks.
Before Alan had his issues, he tried to at one point. He's like,
yeah. Alan ain't here to defend himself, but come on, Alan.
He did. I remember that. Yeah, he was trying to. He threw somebody else in the mix. I'm thinking, it's not even a comparable. I can't remember who he tried to compare. It's like, yeah, she's okay, but what about this? And I don't remember who it was. But
yeah, now I get it. There's girls who are really hot, but they have like a unique look. So you could see why somebody might not example is Jenna Ortega. I think she's hot as fuck.
She's very cute.
But some people, because she has a unique look, be like, something's different about somebody. They're not into it.
My problem with her is she's so petite and tiny, and
she is.
She's not my style. Face wise though, she's a very pretty girl, but she's just not my style. I get it. And I don't know. She's too tiny for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
It means it makes her a spinner, obviously. But.
Yeah, she's in.
Yeah, and she would be, like we said before, the most important thing she's small, so it makes you look big, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you get that.
Yeah. So that's a good point. But
yeah, she's. But yeah,
like her.
Yeah, she's like I said with Sydney Sweeney. She's one of the ones that like pretty much anyone's gonna.
Yeah.
But like, and then Ortega is like an example of that. Ethnically kind of different. Like somebody might, she could be someone's number one or someone not like at all. There's an extreme that happens.
I get you.
When people kind of leave that norm.
I wish it was.
I'm trying to get philosophical about my perversion. I was like,
Yeah.
I
get it. She's not for everybody.
It's not that I'm a creep or anything. I'm a creep, but
that's the other thing with Jenna Ortega. She's still quite young. And I think the other thing is, my daughter used to watch a Disney show.
Oh yeah,
that she was on, and she was not of age. She was like 13 or 14.
Oh well, yeah. Then
so I'm like,
yeah, that is weird.
No, she's an adult. She's a pretty lady. Don't get me wrong, but it's just
she's probably in her mid-20s, right?
I don't know.
I hope
she's not as old as Sydney Sweeney.
I know that. That I know. I am talking about an adult woman here, am I? Am I not?
Oh no, she's in her 20s.
Am I gonna get swatted?
She's gonna be 23.
All right.
In September.
Okay, she is younger than I thought. I thought she was, but still.
But she's been around a long time. She's a child actress and stuff.
Yeah.
So, she's no Hillary Duff.
But Hillary Duff, fat titties, hot.
Like I said, I don't usually give Morgan credit, but I do give him credit here. He was correct about Hillary Duff.
Now, speaking of, you're talking about petite. You're not into petite women.
I'm not saying I'm not into petite. It's like she looks too small.
What about someone that should be normal size that starves himself to petiteness? Like Eugenia Coney. Have you seen that girl?
No.
This actually isn't funny. I was actually going to put up a video of her, but it actually was so dark that I didn't even take a video of it. I'm like, I don't even want to play it.
I was going to say I have no idea who that is.
So this girl, Eugenia Coney, she's from Connecticut, and she is. I'm not just saying that. I'm not trying to be funny because it's actually very sad. She's the most emaciated human that's been starved from her eating disorder. That's lived the longest at it. She's been around for 15 years on YouTube.
Really?
And she was horribly emaciated. And now that she's getting older, she's starting to have seizures and stuff on her live streams.
Yeah.
She's starting to my heart beats. The girl's dying. She's dying. And I think it's just because of the men were made for, it's kind of like when I watch Big J and some of these other guys have their seizures and stuff on, it's funny.
Yeah.
Because, men were like infantry. We're supposed to die, I guess. But but when I see it with a young woman, it really fucking bothers me. I was gonna kind of mock. I can't mock this. This is terrible.
I'll have to check her out later.
But I will give you a picture of her and I'll put it on there. And mind you, she's looked like this for at least 10 years. Okay.
Wow.
It's more like 15, but it's at least, and she's here. It's a lot of people. This ain't I'm not putting any new information out there. Everybody knows that this chick is starving herself to death. It's talked about over and over again.
Yeah. Hey, Joseph, I just saw you think about tuna. I get it, but it's not necessarily about at that point something you like. You guys start eating stuff you don't like, just if it's gonna help, if it's gonna be healthier.
Sometimes you gotta use the food as filler. Eat it. It might not be what you want, but you got to eat it. Just wolf it down. Just eat it quick.
I hate vegetables, but I force myself to eat salad and vegetables. I got to. It's importante.
Yeah, you got to have them. So here, let me get the picture of her.
I
don't.
When you started saying stuff about Macy and stuff, I thought you were gonna make an Ariana Grande joke.
Oh, I know she's leaned down.
Yeah, lean down is.
She's
really leaned down.
She's looking good. I encourage it.
Oh,
she's looking great. Okay, is it in the? Did I put it in the wrong fucking one? Let me see here. Okay, let's try this again.
Let's try this again.
I thought I put it in the 248. but it's not there.
It's not there though.
Where'd I put it?
I don't know, man.
Recent. Okay, there.
Here she is.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try this again.
Yeah.
Let's see. It should be the only thing on my desktop, so I'll just go with that. There we go. So, anyways, this is her, and she's looked like this for 15 years, guys. This isn't like, oh, it's just gotten bad this year. She's dying now, and her organs are failing.
Yeah.
She's looked like this for 10 years.
Oh God, yeah, I do know who that is.
You seen her?
Oh yeah. I can't.
Yeah.
You know when you watch like.
Take a look. I keep trying to catch you.
You know, like when you watch old videos of the concentration camps.
Yeah.
You know, when you're having a Sunday, like I feel like watching concentration camp videos.
Yeah.
You know,
you and Eric.
But that's the first thing I think of is like choosing a camp. She looks horrible. It's horrible. That poor girl. She should try, like, going to a meeting and getting that fixed. Just start eating.
Yeah, she obviously. I get a part of it. I don't know a lot about her, thank God. But from what I've heard, like her family, like, isn't really doing anything about it. They kind of enable it because she's a streamer. They just leave her alone instead of like trying to save her.
But if they try to force themselves upon her to make her eat and stuff, that could lead to more views.
Yeah, save yourself for the views.
I'm just saying, she's already getting a lot of views, but like maybe it's getting stale, like, or we're gonna force you to eat. And maybe it like just blows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, she's.
Once I saw her, I knew exactly what you're talking about. She's
Well, there's a video of her like doing the oh God, you know.
I feel so lightheaded for some reason.
Yeah, I've had that too, but I know why. In my case, it's starvation. It's the opposite.
Yeah, our
mine's blood clots or something.
Or it's overeating.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, situational diabetes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We have a bunch of dethrones actually.
Yeah.
I guess we could start. Let's start. So first dethroned is the dude that played John Redcorn,
yes.
King of the Hill, Jonathan Joss.
Yeah.
Jonathan Joss was the second John Redcorn from King of the Hill. The first one died in an auto accident during season 2. So it's like the role is cursed, apparently.
It's like the Spinal Tap drummer.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that character.
Jonathan Joss, from what I understand, was something happened. Their house burned down a few months ago, and someone said something about a neighbor from hell, and either he's crazy or there's some truth to it, but the neighbor from hell may have burned their house down.
Yeah.
Because he didn't like him and Jonathan Joss and his husband, because he's a gay man. A gay man?
Yeah, there's mixed reports. I seen one video
I don't know what's true,
honestly. One thing that is true is a really bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
And he had beef.
I've heard.
And he lives a barrio in a bad neighborhood.
Yep.
And it was someone killed him and didn't like him, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who did what? There's videos of him kind of ranting, running around with a rake, like hours before it happened. But they say the guy that did it is also crazy.
Well, yeah, so I heard the Joss had some mental things.
Oh yeah, he's a mental
in recent years too. It wasn't just recent; it was recent years. So I don't know what happened, but it's like, think about it. That show is cursed. 2 John Redcorns. Lucky You, played by Tom Petty, dead. Brittany Murphy, dead.
Wow, a lot of premature dead.
The guy that played Dale just died last year, so there's a new Dale now. I know I'm forgetting someone else that died on that show, but it's like man, don't be a King of the Hill, I guess.
Yeah, don't be.
They just rebooted it, or they have a new continuation of it where Bobby's older and stuff. But some of the people were on it, but I don't know if John Redcorn was on it or not. But Jonathan Joss, rip. Yeah, I don't know you from anything else though. I feel bad now.
Speaking of them, good vibrations.
Yeah.
We lost the Honorable Brian Wilson. He was pretty old, so it's not.
Yeah, 82 is old. And
Can we, considering how hardcore he was into drugs, and he was 300 pounds at one point.
And based on the obvious 50 years of almost 60 years of mental issues he had too.
Yeah.
And the meds he was probably on and everything too. It's like, yeah.
He lived a long time considering.
Yeah. He's been pretty coherent and clean for, he's probably still doing, certain things, but
yeah.
Because he went back on tour with the Beach Boys probably 2011. So last 14 years he's been active and doing stuff, and he had done stuff before that on his own. But the guy's a musical genius.
It can't be denied.
Can't be denied.
His dad was like a Joe Jackson type.
Dad was strict. Yeah. Dad was real strict.
He did shit on his dad's dinner table in defiance once. He snapped.
He did. He did do that. That's true. Pet Sounds is one of the greatest albums ever. It's just, even if you're not into their music, it's just some of the stuff he did on that. And if you ever watch the making of it, they made a documentary about it. It's insane.
He went berserk trying to dethrone the Beatles.
Yeah.
He went berserk.
And the Beatles, even after it came out, the guys from the Beatles said that they thought it was greater than anything they ever did.
No, they thought it was. Paul McCartney thought he was an absolute genius.
Yep.
But Brian still hated him.
So I guess there was a Alice Cooper had a story I read it the other day, but it was like the 1974, and it was like some kind of awards thing or some kind of party. It was him, Bernie Taupin, who is Elton John's lyricist, helps out and read all the songs, John Lennon and Brian Wilson, and they're all hanging out, and Alice says, I can kind of see Brian Wilson kind of like maybe agitated, but he couldn't figure out what was wrong with him out of the corner of his eye. And all of a sudden, John Lennon and Bernie Taupin walk away, and Brian Wilson walks up to him and says, hey, Alice, can you introduce me to John Lennon? He's like, yeah. And he's like, I'm shocked that these two have never met.
What did the chant? Yeah.
How it was 1974. It wasn't like it was 1965.
Yeah, when they were just freshly competing with
each other. These guys never met before. So he walked up and he was like, hey, John, this is Brian. Brian, this is John. And they talked for a little while, and he said, John was as cordial as could be. He was super nice to him. Talked with him for a while and everything. Then Brian walked away. He said about an hour later, he sees Brian walk over to Bernie Taupin and whisper something to him. And all of a sudden, Bernie stands up, walks him over to John Lennon and says, hey, John, this is Brian Wilson. Brian Wilson, this is John Lennon. And John does the same exact thing, just really nice to him and everything. And Alice is like, this is weird. What the hell's going on? He walks over to John Lennon later on. And he says, John, what's that all about? He's like, I've met the dude hundreds of times.
He just didn't remember.
He's like, just he's not well. He basically just.
He knew that something was wrong with him. Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's like he did meet him back in '65.
Forever. Literally hundreds of times. We've hung out. He said he's just a weird dude, but
he just keeps forgetting.
Well, Mike Love from the Beach Boys, the guy who does most of the singing. And
stuff. Yeah.
In fact, now when they tour, it's Mike Love and the Beach Boys because he may be the only original one left. Touring.
Yeah.
They have John Stamos there with them.
Yeah, he gave a statement, man.
John Stamos?
Yeah.
He broke down a little bit too.
Yeah, it was pretty sad actually.
Mike Love, though, his nephew is Kevin Love, the basketball player.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that until like 6 months ago. I had no idea.
Oh, it's from UCLA. Yeah, it makes sense.
His nephew is Kevin Love, so Kevin Love's dad is Mike Love's brother. But Dad must have had something to do with the music too. He didn't record it, but maybe he's like producing or doing something. Because Dad had some money too, and they had a place on. They said it was like we had our place in Emerald Bay. I had no idea what Emerald Bay is. It's got to be something California. Probably a nice location because it sounds nice, right?
Yeah.
So when Brian was really having some of those issues and stuff, he came and lived with us in Emerald Bay for a little while. Blah blah blah. He was still having issues, but the way he got out of some of his ruts was he would just go down to the YMCA, throw on his Chuck Taylors, and school motherfuckers at basketball.
Really?
So there's a picture of him with like a shirt like he had a button-up shirt over a shirt, and his shirt's just open. He's got pants on. He throws on some Chuck Taylors, this big, huge beard and long hair, and he's just driving around this dude to the hoop. I was like, holy shit!
Well, that's where Love gets it.
Yeah, it's like I mean, and Brian Wilson.
Is he big? Is he big?
Brian Wilson, I don't know how tall he was or anything. I mean, he looked like a bigger guy, but I have no idea.
He seemed tall and wide, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know Kevin Love's like 6'8".
Yeah, and Kevin was a really little kid at this. No, I think Kevin Love's 6'11".
Oh, is he that big?
He's a center, yeah.
Okay, bigger than I thought.
But
it says getting schooled by Brian Wilson.
He would school strangers. He just gone like this guy looked like a hippie coming out on the court, and he would just school people. It was pretty.
That might even be weirder than Prince.
Brian Wilson 6'2".
That's still pretty big compared to the average population, taller than us.
Yeah.
So yeah, he probably could hoop.
He always looked taller than the other guys in the band too. So maybe. Oh yeah, I'm gonna send you the picture.
Imagine getting crossed up by fucking getting crossed up by Wilson.
That would be awesome.
We're talking about good life. He's dunking on you. Aruba to Jamaica.
Well, that was Carl. Carl wrote that song.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can't give him credit for that.
I don't care. I love that song.
I don't care what it is.
I don't care how many.
I love Kokomo.
I fucking the Beach Boys. It's kind of they're considered like hacked and goofy, but some of those about 5 of their songs are really good. That I really like them. I don't care how many years go by.
This isn't the full picture. I'm gonna try to find a picture. There's one, but I can't download it. It's like, how do you download pictures from Instagram?
You probably have to screenshot. So is it just Brian Wilson basketball?
That's all I did was type in Brian Wilson basketball.
Yeah, I'll just screenshot it and I'll put it up.
And it was it just him. Looks like he's just driving and stuff. And obviously not all of it.
Holy shit.
Yeah. He if you ever watch what you've seen, I know you've seen Walk Hard, Dewey Cox story.
Yeah.
He gets to that Brian Wilson point. He's Johnny Cash and he's some other people, but then he gets to his Brian Wilson phase basically, where he's trying to make all that weird stuff. That's a fantastic movie too. If you've never seen Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, watch it. It's fantastic because he gets to a Brian Wilson phase. He's trying to be a genius, but it's just horrible.
When you're trying to outthink himself. No. Yeah, page. Okay, we'll do that.
But that's what the Beatles kind of did with like some of their albums later on. They're like, they would turn the game. They'd put every microphone in the studio.
There he is.
There's a wider shot of that where it shows the guys in the background. And he's just driving around.
And just fucking, it's amazing.
Yeah.
They just seen that on the court.
Yeah, but I didn't know.
Be like, is that the Beach Boy guy? Fucking. Yeah, dude, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Don't take him for granted at all.
That's one of those things. Imagine if you're from like a teenager or a 20-year-old from back then, and you got schooled by Brian Wilson, but our age. Imagine if we were on a court in LA and all of a sudden Urkel shows up and schools us.
Yeah,
because that happened too.
Yeah,
because Jaleel White's a really good basketball player. He would show up, and one guy's like, "Dude, I just got schooled by Jaleel White, by Urkel. What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah,
he's like, "I was a starter on my high school team. We won states, and I show up at this court, and Jaleel White just schooled the shit out of me." Oh, anyways, Brian Wilson, rest in peace, genius.
Yeah,
if you've never listened to Pet Sounds, just listen to it's not a super long album. Just listen from the beginning to the end. It's really cool. Also in music, we might as well stay in music when we're talking about some dethrones. Sly Stone, not Stallone. Sly Stone, dethroned.
Me no disrespect, but I thought he died a while ago.
Most people did.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Amanda's Crazy Life Channel.
I saw Bigfoot on your video. I saw him. She's like, where? I'm like, right there. Look. She did a video out in the woods. She's like, just it looks really cool where she lives, by the way.
Yeah.
But she's like, where's Bigfoot? I'm like, there. Look. That's like every other Bigfoot sighting. He's just there.
Sly Stone. So when Sly Stone died a few nights ago, I said out loud, I'm like, oh man, Sly Stone died. And my son Donovan said, Rambo? I'm like, no, Sly Stone, not Sly Stallone. the next day, I went to see Alan. And I was like, oh man, did you hear? Sly Stone died. He's like, Rocky? I'm like, no, Sly Stone, not Stallone. So it happened twice.
Yep. Thank you, Amanda. Tell everybody the truth about me. I'm hilarious.
Thank you for letting
We're
me
hilarious.
be myself again. That's
Yeah,
a song by Sly Stone.
Yeah.
In fact, that's a song I want to bring up because when my kids couldn't remember any of the songs by Sly Stone, which I know they've heard before, but they might not have known who they're listening to.
Yeah.
If they've driven with me, they probably heard most of that stuff at some point. That song came out, and you know that song, Thank You for Letting Me.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If you get a chance, actually, maybe you should play it. I don't know what minute mark, but no, don't play it. It doesn't matter. Listen to that song, and all of a sudden there's a part where it's just like the drums and the guitar, and you will hear Rhythm Nation, because that's where Janet Jackson and her producer came from. Was that one part of the song became the beat to Rhythm Nation, the song by Janet Jackson.
Well, thank you, Amanda. You're too kind. See, you're smarter than these other people. You know talent.
You know we don't hate Rocky Dennis.
Yeah, we don't hate Rocky Dennis. We get accused of it.
We do not hate him.
I've never hated Rocky Dennis. I just want that to be understood.
The movie's a farce. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
So, Sly Stone, obviously, Everyday People, Thank You for Letting Me Be. A bunch of other stuff. So many songs. Really good songwriter, really good. Some of the beats are just great shit. But Sly got to the point where he had really bad anxiety. So, as you do when you get really bad anxiety, what do?
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Perfect.
Lots of it.
I knew that was going.
And as he got more money, he got more anxiety. So he had to do what? More cocaine.
Yeah.
So basically got to the point where the last 40 years, all Sly Stone has done is do gigs to get money to buy coke. And he still lived to be 82. Him and Brian Wilson were the same age.
So when I'm telling certain friends of ours, lay off the coke, it's not good. I'm going to be giving them bad advice.
Some of them are overweight and probably have had heart issues before.
Yeah.
They probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Sly apparently didn't have those issues.
Yeah, he was pretty ripped.
You know, he's in good shape. Well,
Abram, Amanda's another one of my sock accounts. Yeah, I know. You got a million of them.
I know.
I don't know who you are. You're probably Joseph, too.
Probably.
You're all of them.
I've been saying that all along that I think Abram is Joseph.
So we got a bunch of heat about the Rocky Dennis video we talked about earlier, and one of the things one of our haters said, which is true, he's like, your listeners are all your friends and family. I was like, no, it's actually one guy. It's Eric.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of bot accounts.
And just Eric is our one fan.
Yeah, he has like one touch stuff. He's like, beep, and now I'm Ernie.
Yeah, now
I'm Abram.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm Joseph from Birmingham.
Hello, everybody. Yeah. I can't do British accent.
But yeah,
Stone's dead. Sly Stone from Sly and the Family Stone, not Sylvester Stallone. Just so you guys know,
there is a difference.
A bunch of confusion the other night. Rest in peace. Now there was another one, a VJ from MTV in the late.
Oh
90s,
yeah, I remember.
Which is really sad because she was hot.
It always makes it worse.
Ananda Lewis.
I remember Ananda Lewis. I'm a real person. Don't get him going, Amanda. Don't respond. He only gets worse.
Ananda Lewis was she hosted a couple shows they had. Total Request before it became TRL. And then became TRL, and she's one of those with 12 Angry Viewers, the Hot Zone. 12 Angry Viewers was a good show because you would see videos you never normally saw, and I saw a bunch of videos on that. It was basically like they show a video, it's 4 videos one day, whatever one gets picked that day goes to the next day, and if it makes it all the way through the week, they put it in rotation. Well, that's how they ended up having a bunch of like decent videos because they have just random people like me and you voting on these videos every day. It's kind of cool. But she was good looking also.
She was.
She was African American.
She had the big C, didn't she?
She did. She was African American and also Cree and Blackfoot, Native American. That's probably why she, like, even when I saw her before the big C started taking over, she didn't look like she aged at all. But she made the mistake of, and she even said it, that's not me criticizing her. She said that she made the mistake of trying to go holistic with her treatment. Instead of getting the tumor removed, she tried to be holistic about it. And she said a couple of years ago, she's like, I messed up. She fessed up to it. She said, I should have just went with it. And so 52 years old, she passed away from the cancer, breast cancer. She's dead.
Yeah, there's cancer's rough, man.
Oh, yeah.
It'll get you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm all for trying to find different ways to do stuff, but it's like with cancer, I mean, there's not much else that's gonna.
Well, there's basically two things: they can burn it or cut it out.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be true.
No, not at all.
And like I said,
there's no oils or different holistic treatments that are gonna treat it.
Okay. Well, remember, and I'm not sure. Look, if you like smoking weed, smoke weed. Okay, I drink on the weekend sometimes. Yeah. Whatever, smoke weed. Mm. But a big part of their push was it would cure cancer, right? A big part of it, legalization, or it would help. Yeah. Well, it's legal here, and everybody's still dying of cancer. So
maybe it'll help with your pain, but it's not going to heal anything.
Yeah.
So the CBD oil,
cut it out, burn it. I'm sure there's some of the holistic stuff's going to help your body. If your body's in shape and fit, and you're taking in stuff that makes it stronger, it can't hurt.
Yeah.
That's all better.
What it's not going to cure is stage 4 breast cancer.
No.
Sorry. No matter what you do. But
I wish it did.
Yeah, great. I do too. It'd be fantastic. But I didn't know this, but she has a kid with Will Smith's brother.
Really?
I didn't realize Will Smith had a brother. I guess I never thought about him having siblings, But he did.
I figured he was he
had 3 siblings.
Wow.
I didn't even know that.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Yeah, it's true. And so that was it. I think that's all the Dethroned, isn't it?
That's all that people did.
We said Jonathan.
All right, you got to go. All right. Thank you for stopping in, Amanda.
Thanks. Oh,
we'll check out more of your videos of you camping and stuff.
Yeah, I like I said, I'll subscribe to your channel. Hopefully you subscribe to ours.
She did.
Good. I'm sure she did. She seems like a nice person.
She knows. She got notified. She knows we're on.
And see, she's a random person. We don't know her in person.
Yep. So we got 3 people right now. Well, that might be one person, but that aren't our family.
We do have an old Dethroned anniversary.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about this one because I thought it was the anniversary too much time ago, but we got to give him his due.
We got to. He's one of our heroes, so we got to.
Uncle Marv.
Yep.
The Killdozer. Bye-bye. You take care and have fun in that beautiful backcountry you live in.
Yep.
And I'm jealous. So the Killdozer, Uncle Marvin, Emeyer, 20 years ago let's just, instead of call it 20 years ago today, we lost him.
21.
Yeah. Was it 21?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought it was 2005.
Well, you said 21 years ago here in the
Yeah, did I put that? Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was 2004, but
I'm wrong about everything.
I don't know. You might be right. Either way, it's like we lost him, and he was a hero.
Lost him. He's an example of what can happen when you push people too far.
Yeah.
And
if you don't know what Killdozer is, look it up. It's worth a look.
I think an underrated moment when his rival tried to face him head on with his machine first. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And he just got pushed right back. He's like, I'm going to meet him out in battle. Fuck him. And he just gets pushed right back.
Oh, funny thing I was thinking.
Yeah, he had like a 1/3 the weight machine. He's like, and he tried to, he literally showed, this is the battle of the Titans. I'm done with this motherfucker. Ah!
It was so stupid.
He just gets pushed right out of the way.
That was so stupid. It's great. Killdozer's a hero, though. He's a folk hero, if you will.
Yeah, and
pushing too far.
He did the perfect thing. He went after everyone's business that crossed him.
Yep.
Didn't kill a single person. No. Just fucked their life up. Made sure not to kill anybody.
Yep.
That's perfect revenge.
Yep.
Then he offed himself because he didn't want to go to jail for 1,000 years or whatever.
Reports that he may have escaped and he's living in.
That's another great man.
Tupac.
I thought you were talking about it.
Oh, I was going.
The guy that was.
I was going with
the guy that used to paint.
Yeah, the painter.
The painter from Austria.
Flatulence issue.
Yeah. The method addict guy who was pretty good at painting.
Yeah. He liked eagles.
Yeah, and Nest.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
No, not
He's
him.
certainly happy with Iran right now.
Yeah,
He's
see?
like,
He's like, yeah, Iran.
all right, guys, come on, get it.
Do it.
I failed. It's your turn. I failed it.
Oh, he's Southern now, too.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a Southern American.
I mean, South America is Southern technically, right?
The Southerners get blamed for every race. Like, we haven't done anything in forever.
I know.
Come on.
It's just automatically when you think of someone like that, you're just like, I automatically go to like a bad guy from Roadhouse.
Yeah, it's just well, the funny meme I saw was because World War III starting. He goes, and it's Germans high fiving each other. We didn't do it this time. Starting World War III. It's not us. It's we're clear.
Joseph said, actually, bros, you know I'm a real human boy. Remember, I once joined an old stream and said some real human boy words in UK accent. Yeah, let's go England. Yeah, but maybe Abram's really good at accents and high pitched.
And he can like manipulate sounds, pet sounds.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or he just has technology where he can just manipulate the sound of his voice.
Yeah.
Just saying. No, we believe you're real.
We think you're real, Joseph. You and Amanda are real. Bigfoot's real. Everybody here is real.
I will tell you, there was quite a long time where I did not think you were real. And I did think it was somehow Eric messing with us.
We did believe it was Eric for a while. Until we talked to you, like, oh, this kid's really British.
Yeah.
Weird. Strange
Even
thing.
I wasn't convinced completely. But
yeah.
Good old Killdozer. Always good for a talk, right?
Yeah.
When's the Sky King anniversary? We never really talked about him as much.
I think he wasn't far. I think it was like May. When did Sky King? I think he was a May.
Sky King is August of 18.
Okay, it's coming up.
Yeah, so we still have time for that.
We're gonna have the 7 year for him, right?
Yeah, 7 years.
7 year of Sky King, and then he's part of the assembled team. Him, Killdozer. I forgot the other. There's like 2 others. There's like the Marvel meme. We're putting together a team or JLA team.
So we had an almost dethroned too.
Yeah, I thought for sure we were going to have to do a dethroned from. Thank God we didn't.
Yep.
Glad there's no dethroned, but there was a near dethroned for Ben Askren.
Yeah.
He had staph.
I heard that. Yeah.
And he had staph, and he was kind of been battling it, but was pretty much thought he was in the clear. But then he got real sick. He's from Wisconsin. Yeah. And he got real sick when he was in Vegas doing some Bitcoin thing. He's really into Bitcoin libertarian stuff.
Yeah.
Ben's into. And then he got sick, and he checked himself in the hospital. And like they say, his condition went from I'm not feeling well to I got to go to the hospital to comatose.
That's crazy.
And he got the pneumonia. He got staph pneumonia, like staph leading to pneumonia.
That's crazy.
And he's really, really bad shape. But he made it home. But don't get too happy. That means they just like let's get him home so he can die at home, basically.
Yeah.
And he didn't. So they basically got him home so family could be whatever. But he did live.
That's great.
So I don't know how well he's going to do, but he is right now alive. Right now.
Yeah, because I hadn't thought about him in a little while, and all of a sudden I saw he signed with that new Bischoff Hulk Hogan thing.
Yep.
That they're doing, and then all of a sudden I was like, Craig said something about he's dying. I'm like, what? He's dying?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
He got like now. What I heard too, you might it might not even have been a new staph. What happens is you get staph once, you never really get rid of it.
Oh, really?
And you get flare-ups, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So supposedly you get staph, it's with you for life. But it flares up or certain things can make it, and they think that's what happened.
Kind of like if you're a fan of Creed, you always have that staph infection.
Yeah.
The staph infection.
Because you're not going to be like, hey, I got staph. I'm going to get on a plane around people. You're going to be like, all right, I got to stay home.
Yeah.
So this shit goes away. But it probably was just marinating within him.
Wow.
Thank ye kindly, sirs. So they say, wonder about this. If I miss this Eric fella.
Well, maybe Eric's the fake one.
I don't know.
Well, you know.
Eric is a 6'5" giant man. I've seen I've seen a picture of him with Alistair Overeem, and he's bigger than him. Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Eric's huge.
He looks like a huge man. I've seen a few pictures.
So Eric's not somebody I would raise my voice at.
No.
In person. I will make fun of him on here though. Safely behind my computer.
Plus, he has like craniodiaphysial
Yeah.
dysphagia.
He's got a big head. Maybe that's.
I'm just quoting him. That's what he said. Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, we I don't. You never met him in real life.
No, I've just
Talked to him.
I've talked. Well, he's there's a forum. Sherdog forums.
Yeah.
I literally met him on there. Like 2005 or 6.
Wow.
So I've known Eric for like 20 fucking years online. He's literally an online friend that I've known for 20 fucking years. Never met him once. The only person from that forum I met was Phil.
Filbert, yes.
Phil came into town to do work, his contract work, and I met Phil. Again, 20 years. I have friends that I literally met on forums. It's weird. So
Well, yeah, I guess.
And we played video games. By the way, my old gaming crew's back too. A lot of guys who play video games. Another 20-year online people I never met.
Yep.
But there's a mix of our gaming crew is a mix of people we know, and then people we don't. But it was Frank Morgan and then these guys.
Yeah.
And they were playing because of the beta for the Gears Reloaded.
Oh yeah.
They were playing it, and I was talking to them. I wasn't playing, but I talked to them last night. I don't really think I'm going to play it. I'm going to play the campaign and stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to play them guys because these guys were a lot better at it than me, and they were said we're getting worked over, dude. This sucks. We're old. You're old.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play multiplayer against 20-year-old kids that are streaming themselves. Old people get wrecked. They're going to end up. I don't want it.
I don't need the embarrassment.
Yeah.
I don't play anything.
So I'll play the campaign, of course, and I'll maybe play a round or two, but I'm not going to play a lot with them guys because I can't. I'm not even as good as they are, and they're not doing good. They're old.
Fun fact: you can also get staff if you own a bit office business.
Yeah.
Good one, Joseph.
Or you become a mage.
Yeah, that's true.
I know this is gonna sound weird. I have to shit so bad. Can you wait? I don't know if you want to something you want to talk about, or you just want to, or do you want to take a break?
No, I'll just talk. It's fine.
All right, I'm gonna
Tigers for a few minutes.
Talk about Tigers. Look at the phone. Talk about because I'm gonna be shitting and it's bad.
Okay. No,
I can't hold it no more. God damn it! Been eating too much. Sorry about the fart. It ain't good.
That's okay. It's Tigers. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, the Tigers have been playing good. They're 20 games over 500 now. I don't know if you guys saw it. Probably did, because you guys probably don't watch the Tigers, but 20 games over 500. Scooble pitched a couple nights ago. Owned the Orioles. It was great. Dude's given up like 5 walks all year. In fact, they were talking about his stat, and it's the first time in like 100 some odd years someone has had the numbers he's had at this point. It's some crazy number. I can't remember. Got his ERA below 2, which is good. Even if you don't follow baseball, trust me, if your ERA is below 2, it's good. He's the best pitcher in the world. They won that night. They won again. Yes, that's right. Tigers. They won again last night. They had a bunch of home runs last night in the rain. It was kind of weird. They're not what you would call a home run hitting team. They hit them, but just not at a huge clip. And they had 4 of them last night, so that was good. They got their asses handed to them today, which sucked. But tomorrow, get to watch them. They're on early. They're on the Roku channel at like 12 o'clock on a Sunday. It's fucking weird, but it's an hour earlier than usual. But they've been playing well. It's pretty crazy. I just can't believe they're this good. I thought they'd be okay, but I didn't think they'd be this good. And I love it. I love it. Love when the Tigers are playing well. More than any other sport. I like when my baseball team's doing well. I love baseball. It's my favorite. A lot of people don't agree with me. A lot of people around here are like, no football. I'm like, I love football, but it's just different when the Tigers are playing well. I'm telling you, it's great. I found a baseball stat. Mike could agree with me on he knows how much I love the late great Tony Gwynn, who was a player for the Padres. One of the best hitters ever. He gave one of the best pitchers in the world fits. Greg Maddux gave him fits throughout his career. Greg Maddux could not strike him out. He was one of the only guys Greg Maddux could not strike out. But Tony Gwynn didn't strike out a lot. And if I'm not mistaken, he has 400 strikeouts, 490 something strikeouts in his career. And baseball's changed a lot. You know, there's not a lot of people hitting for average anymore. They have all these other advanced statistics and stuff, WAR, for pitchers, WHIP, you know, different things. And so batting average isn't as important. It's getting on base. It's you know, that's the biggest metric is your on base percentage or your slugging and stuff. You still want to hit pretty well. You don't want to hit 200, but basically, if you're hitting 250 and above, and you're hitting with some power, then you're worth more than your replacement. WAR is wins above replacement player. So Tony Gwynn, as far as I remember, never had a season hitting below 300. And I may be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he didn't. But what he didn't do a lot was strike out. Okay. Tony Gwynn hit below 300 in his first season. Never hit below 300 again in his career. He struck out in his career 434 times. One of the best baseball players going right now, one of the hot players, is a young shortstop from the Reds called Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie De La Cruz has been playing for 2.5 years, something like that, and has more career strikeouts than Tony Gwynn did in his 20-year career. That's an amazing stat to me. Tony Gwynn is just the best. Love baseball. I can talk baseball all day, but most people will get sick of it, so it doesn't usually work out that way. But what I really need right now is Mike to come back because this is just turned to shit. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. I thought I was prepared. I'm not prepared. Oh, great. You're back. Thank you.
Yeah, I got to spray.
Yeah, make sure you spray in there because you shit.
It was really bad.
That was pretty quick, though.
Yeah, well, it was falling out of me.
As you were walking away, it's falling out almost.
Yeah. It's pretty gnarly.
Mike took a massive dump.
That was horrible.
Massive dump.
Well, I ate, 2 cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
And a chili cheese fries as well.
That's it.
So, yeah. I overwhelmed my system.
That's fine, though.
That's fine.
You know.
The funny thing is,
Forever anyways.
I'm sitting there I was laughing in there on my phone because I was looking at comments of, this is under my real name on Facebook. And I said some joke about some hot chick, like, oh, she's not marketable, just being facetious.
Yeah.
I posted, he said, neither are you, fatty. So then I posted, I'll sit on you. Remember that's the old 6th grade threat.
Sit on you.
Sit on you, you skinny motherfucker.
It's funny because now there's wrestlers that's one of their finishing moves. Nia Jax, that's her finishing move is the Annihilator.
I never sit on me.
She comes off the second rope and lands on you and sits on you. That's her finishing move.
I'd take that move.
She's gained some weight. She's pretty heavy now.
Whatever.
But, yeah, I just
I'll deal with it. I know it's wrestling just leans into the stereotypes.
Yeah.
If you're fat, you're going to you're sitting on people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you're the bulbous blob, back in the 80s, it was just or Bastion Booger. Oh, that guy was 400 pounds and just horribly out of shape, and he's just grotesque and had different wraps around his body, look like a weird toga or something. I don't even know what his outfit was. Terrible.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
And they brought him into something else, and no, it wasn't him. That was somebody else. I was gonna say I forgot who it was, but basically Vince saw him doing something and said, "That's it." And I can't remember who it was now. Oh, remember the Oddities?
Yeah.
Kurgan was the big guy who was weird looking. I think he was in Bubble Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Sherlock Holmes movie.
Well, Sherlock Holmes movie is one thing of. Yeah, I'm thinking of somebody else from Bubble Boy though.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But he came in and he was when he first came in, he was tearing people apart and he was this brooding
monster
thing. And then they were at some event and he was there with his wife. And his wife's like, "Come on, let's dance." He's like, "Yeah, okay, let's go dance." And his manager at the time was like, "Don't." He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Don't. Vince will see you." And he's like, so? He's like, I'm telling you, don't do it.
Don't dance.
Don't go dance with your wife. He's like, whatever, I'm here to have a good time, whatever. He went out there and danced and did his thing. And Vince saw him dancing, sure enough. And it looked awkward because he's a bigger guy and stuff. And that was it. All of a sudden, next thing he knows, he's in the oddities. He's supposed to act weird and stuff. And he was only on there for a little while longer, and that was it. He was done.
Yep.
So what his manager told him was absolutely accurate. Once Vince gets something in his head, that is it. You're not changing his mind. And he saw him doing
dance move. You're the dancing big guy
you're
now.
Dancing. You're weirdo.
Yeah.
Oh no! It was the end of his wrestling career.
The oddities were a giant faction, like in size. The smallest one was freaking John Tenna.
Yeah.
John Tenna was only 6'7". He was the runt. And then Giant Silva was 7'2", and then 7 foot for Kurgan. Yeah.
I forgot where I was going with that. It just popped in my head though when you said
just
that.
I've sit on people before. I never used it in a fight. I want to try it.
I mean, Rikishi did the thing with his butt. Remember, he would smash people with his butt.
Stink face.
Earthquake did it.
John Tenna. I've seen and Rhea Ripley do it, but that's like not.
No, that's
just
that's
odd.
Just please do it. There's a lady from NXT, Nikita Lyons, who like
does the splits. I love that
Titans.
one.
Yeah.
I loved it.
They need to bring her up their main roster.
They got to bring her up, man.
Bring her up. But yeah, whatever. It's weird because we were talking about that, watching it the other day, and somebody had a move, and it's like their name, and Donovan was like, "It's like, oh, that's pretty inventive. Now let's hear that about when they use their name." And I'm like, Nia Jax, the Annihilator.
Yeah.
Logan Paul's got Impulsive.
Yeah, that's also his podcast.
Yeah, and that's also the name of one of his moves. It's like there's a bunch of other stuff. I'm like, it's that wrestling's always been like that. It's always been hyper stereotypical.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I mean, like the Mexican guys coming out the mariachi music and shit. And,
yeah, it doesn't matter. They could be from Minnesota. So it's like
they always have like some kind of.
Now they're going to come out rioting.
They got some kind of symbolism involving like they always have some kind of like design on their outfit that has like Aztec architecture type, designs on it and stuff, and all this other stuff. It's super stereotypical. It's always been that way.
They need to do like a heel guy that has an ice outfit and do all this. Just have him in the Southwest. Just keep him there. I'm gonna take every one of you back home.
Let's go.
Just get the crowd fucking furious at him. It's
great.
That's what wrestling does, though. They do that. It seems like a low blower, but that's what you do. You make a heel character wherever you're at. He's going to be the person that people are mad at that time.
Like when you have a soldier or like an American hero type character,
and the Iron Sheik.
And also that all of a sudden it goes from being this military guy to he's an Iraqi soldier. So
that was the best.
I know.
He became an Iraqi sympathizer.
God, I hated him so much when I was a kid, and now I watch the clips. I'm like, this is genius.
Yeah, and he became an Iraqi sympathizer just because he hated Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Like Hulk Hogan drives people nuts.
Drives them nuts.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
All of a sudden, you had that guy out there that would just yell at the crowd in Arabic. He didn't even speak English when he was cutting a promo. Then he burned the American flag. I thought someone was going to shoot him. Like, that motherfucker. Fuck him.
Isn't it weird? Like when you're a kid and stuff, you're watching wrestling and you love all the good guys, but you hate the heels. And now, if you watch it now, like
you always root for the heels, or they're more entertaining.
They're more entertaining, but it's like some of this stuff's just straight genius. It's like this is so good. Why did I hate this stuff when I was a kid? These heels are the best. Ted DiBiase was great with the basketball. It's one of my favorite things ever.
I was watching one today. You've heard of Ox Baker, right?
Yeah.
The Heart Punch. Now in the 70s, the Heart Punch was considered deadly.
Yeah.
But really, what gave his character more like two guys that he wrestled happened to die of complications after matches with him, just by dumb luck.
Yeah.
So he fed into that character who was that Heart Punch. And the one guy had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Because Ox Baker was talking about he had clogged arteries, and it killed him.
Yeah.
He goes, but the crowd thought I killed the guy. He said, so we made me a guy that actually kills people. So that was my gimmick. And he said during one match against Ernie Ladd, the big cat, 6'9", ex-football NFL guy, he goes, we beat the shit out of him and one other guy were beating him up, and the crowd thought they were going to kill Ernie Ladd for real because this is kayfabe.
Yeah.
They thought wrestling was not a predetermined contest. They thought this was really a psycho lunatic killing Ernie Ladd in front of their, and they were fucking. The video is nuts. They were charging the ring, throwing chairs, trying to kill Ox Baker to save Ernie Ladd's life.
That is fantastic.
I mean, look it up. Ox Baker, Ernie Ladd. The crowd is attacking the fucking ring.
Yeah.
I mean, like, think the NWO thing where they got pelted with shit,
garbage and stuff.
times 10. It was. Wow. They were trying to save Ernie Ladd's life.
I'll
like
watch it later.
it's
man. But yeah, there's some wrestler people that could sit on me, women.
Yeah.
You could sit on me.
Oh, of course.
So if I wasn't married.
Yeah. I
got in trouble for that the other day.
What?
You posted a picture of Geddy Lee with huge tits.
Oh.
And I said something. I'm like, you said something like, "Oh, would you smash or whatever?" I said, "Yeah." And I replied right afterwards, like, "If I wasn't married."
Yeah.
I got in trouble for that.
Well, it's too late. Yeah.
But Danielle was like, "It's like, what the hell is that? You fucker?" I'm like, "Fun. It's something I do on the. I say it on the show all the time. Like, if I wasn't married, I say it like literally every week at some point during the show.
It's part of our gimmick. We're like old, gross dudes. You know?
And she said, of course, I don't listen to that shit.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Yeah. A lot of my family will never listen to it. They're like, I can't take it. It's cringe. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, whatever.
It's fine. Whatever, man.
Yeah. Our 521 subscribers like it.
Yeah.
The 6 of them that are listening right now.
Yeah, or Pete or whatever that guy's name is that was don't you guys get it? He's like then he's trying to control what is it called? Concern troll us. He's like, you don't even see it. You're adding fuel to the fire. Like we need, he's concerned that people are getting madder at us,
To the Rocky Dennis outrage.
Yeah.
that's sweeping the world. We're adding to it.
Yeah. We're adding to getting hate, and we're causing it, man. We're causing it.
We don't hate anybody. We just generally dislike a lot of people. That's all. It's that same thing.
The funny thing is there was like a brief period of the show. It was after Frank and Matt quit doing the show. They left, and before Alan came, we were doing kind of the who are these podcasts, and we were just ripping on people.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, we put all that stuff, and no one reacted to it.
Yeah.
And we were literally just shitting. Tucker got all these people that put up wholesome content.
Yeah.
And I love Tucker Cott, by the way.
Tucker's great.
And we were trying to do like the thing, we were just having fun, like shitting on people. We were doing the roast content, I guess it's called. Didn't get any kind of hate.
Nothing.
Then when we just do lukewarm, occasionally make fun of something a little bit, people want to kill us.
One time we did something, and the guy was mad at us because we said something about Wes Welker. Or not Wes Welker, Wes
Watson.
Wes Watson. Not the football player, Wes Welker.
Who was right about that now?
Yeah.
He's the most hated guy on the internet.
He did the same thing. He's like, you and your this many subscribers. And we go look at his 67 subscriber channel. And he's basically. And
he was actually a content creator. He wasn't just some asshole commenting.
Yeah, he was actually like making stuff. I can't remember what he fucking made. It was some shit thing. And
he was like building like a home plane or something. Wasn't it like.
It was some. I don't know. But
There's an idiot.
It was horrible. And we ripped on him a little bit. But that was it. We never got much else. But why? Why?
Yeah, suddenly everyone's mad about fucking Rocky Dennis.
You guys weren't there. You don't know about no Rocky Dennis.
Yeah, you're not. I remember that movie. I watched it when I was a kid.
I still like the movie.
I like the movie. Laura Dern's in it. I remember it.
I have never complained about the quality.
Kathmandu.
Never complained about the quality of the movie. It's a well-made movie. It's just mostly fiction.
Yeah, people.
Like most of the movies are. This one just happened to be more so.
They took liberties, and they do that with everything.
Yeah.
So what? I'm not saying it's unusual. It's the only movie that's ever taken liberties with a real story. No, they all do that.
We're talking about wrestling. That Iron Claw movie. They took a lot of liberties. The timeline didn't add up in a lot of spots.
Yeah, they left out the fact that one of the brothers that fucking died. They didn't have him in the movie at all.
They basically combine two of the brothers into one character, basically. Stuff that happened to one brother and this brother just happened to one guy in the movie. There's all kinds of shit. The movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's just they got time constraint, budget constraint. We get it.
You can't do everything in a movie.
Yeah, and if it's not a documentary, you got to add things to make it entertaining. I get it. As we always say, got to give leeway. You give leeway.
Give leeway.
Don't mean I'm not going to point it out. Or Brian, in that instance, one me, he did it. He did it. I didn't do it. Him.
I do not care.
He did.
I'm there to pick things apart.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's something I love. I will find things wrong with it. Like if I'm watching a movie and it's like this movie's set in 1965, and all of a sudden they start playing a song and they're like a bar or something, and a song starts playing, and that song didn't come out till 1968. I'm gonna call that shit out.
Yeah, they hit it wrong.
Do some continuity checkups first, man. Find out.
One thing I used to do, my Uncle Kerry, because he's a big car guy, he always would get mad about the cars being inaccurate.
Yeah.
This movie's 1965. That's a 1976. This is a 1967 fastback. Didn't come out to
Yeah.
They knew. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about cars,
I
but
don't know that either. But it's just usually the music and stuff on that. But
no.
yeah, I don't care though. I still like the movie.
Or they try to make a guy that was a total villain that wasn't. They did it with Max Baer in Cinderella Man. And Max Baer's son, who I think he's still alive, or he was recently. Jethro, he was still alive he was pissed at Ron Howard. Pissed for making that movie. He's like, you made my dad look like a demon. It's not cool. He wasn't that way. Because he killed a guy in the ring, and it fucking depressed him, and he almost quit boxing. Because they made him look like someone that was happy that he was killing people,
Max Baer Jr. is still alive.
He's alive. But they try to make him out to be a total psychotic, like heartless person that beat people to death.
Yeah.
And that is not who he was. He actually had a goofy sense of humor and was quite polite.
Oh, yeah.
He was goofy. He was a goofball.
Yeah.
But they made him out to be like some psycho. They always do that. They always got to make a villain and a hero.
I know.
Always.
I hate it.
And that's how life is. That's how movies are. I get it. But life isn't. Life is not that way.
No.
If you did a movie about me, I would like the good and the bad. But the thing is, they take people and they just make them good or they make them bad.
Yeah. There's nothing in between. You can't be.
Life is a shade of gray. Now I get it if it's a fictional character, then you want him to be, if you want to make a hero movie about a guy, Superman, for instance.
Yeah.
He has no flaws. He's perfect. He's basically a mythical Jesus type character.
Yeah. That
does all the right things.
Yeah.
Fine, because he's not a real person. Make him however virtuous you want to make him. But don't take it. They always take some guy that was a real person, and they leave out that they was an asshole. Maybe you save a few people in the camps or whatever, like Schindler or something.
Yeah. you gotta have everything in it. Sorry, people are a piece of shit too. They can be a good person, but they still be a piece of shit sometimes.
We're gonna pick apart Schindler's List next.
Ty Cobb sucked. Ty Cobb was a fucking prick asshole.
They did kind of make him an asshole,
and they did in the movie. I will give them that. But that's what I mean. They basically just made him evil the whole movie.
Yeah, not good at all. No,
not the fact that he built orphanages and children's hospitals and donated a bunch of his coke money and not cocaine, but he bought coke stock. They never did any of the good stuff.
No, they made him like the
movie was just like he was a complete prick from day one till the end of his life. Nothing in between.
Yeah, they did, like not a single redeeming quality.
Yeah.
Then they made a movie about Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth wasn't a bad guy by any means, but he had major infidelity. He had a book.
Major infidelity, major drug habits.
Yeah, drank a lot. Well, they all drank, but
yeah, but no, he was doing like hard drugs.
Was he?
Oh yeah, he did cocaine about it all the time.
Maybe that's why he was so much better than everybody.
That was his performance enhancing drug.
Yeah, he was a great player.
Yeah,
but yeah, they made him out to be a big hero guy, and he's not. Same thing. The most recent guy, I think the guy that got in just in time. He got in just in time when even the news media, they knew something about people and they just kind of let's forget about it. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Yep.
He was a notorious bitch splitter. He had women in every city.
Gambling addict too.
Gambling addict. treated his teammates horribly. A lot of bad stuff. But he won. So fuck it. I don't care. I really don't care that he wasn't a perfect person, though. That's the difference. I don't care that he wasn't a perfect person. The problem is they portray people that as they're perfect and they're not. Absolutely I hate that. I don't care that someone's kind of an asshole. I've said it many times before. You got to kind of be psycho to be good at it. It's almost like it's a requirement. Because you can't be normal. And if you're normal, you get normal results, right?
Exactly.
So if you're a normal person and you have your normal mentality, then you get normal. Like, look, you know, like take a look at Elon. Think what you want of him. Look at him. He's crazy.
Yeah.
He's fucking nuts. But he can build some great stuff.
Yeah.
They're all, you know, it's almost required. Like I said, it's like required.
It absolutely is. You got to be ruthless.
A lot of great directors. Crazy. Who's the one that, is it Michael Bay that flips out on people? Who's the one that flips out on people?
Michael Bay, I think he has flipped out on people.
Yeah, they're kind of nuts.
I think he did on no, that was Megan Fox that said something with Spielberg, I think.
Okay.
But it was because he was a producer on.
Well, I think he just has Asperger's, so he just gets real. You know how they get about a certain thing.
Yeah.
They get their mind on something. You can't deviate on what they're thinking, or they fucking lose it.
I can't remember what it was. It was on a Michael Bay movie, but Spielberg produced those Transformers movies, and Megan Fox, after the second one, said some stuff about him, about Spielberg, and how he doesn't like women and all this other stuff. And he's like, well, I guess we'll be back for number 3. And she was not. That's basically what happened there. Something she said was not well received. So,
no.
And she wasn't back for the third one. He made sure of that.
So he doesn't like women, as she said?
That's what she basically.
What's the downside of his personality?
Basically, he doesn't respect women, this and that, whatever. It's like.
So?
I mean, even if it was true in his case, I mean, I would say Spielberg is probably one of those people where you can't really make that argument. He's always had really good female roles in his movies and stuff.
Yeah,
leads and stuff.
His movies aren't boys club type shit.
No, not at all. Think about it.
It's not. He's not out there fucking making the Terminator, which is a bad example because Sarah Connor's kind of a.
Well, Sarah Connor is
big part, but okay, it's not a okay. What would be a better one? He's not making Predator.
Yeah,
it's all a bunch of dudes.
It's all a bunch of dudes
beating people up and killing shit and yeah.
Although
that is a great movie.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah. Then that Latina chick's pretty hot too. That it happens to go.
She does kill something.
Yeah, yeah.
But like what's his first big movie? Jaws. The sheriff and the other guys are the guys that take out the shark, but his wife, the sheriff's wife, is really kind of one that kind of pushes him a little bit. You know, she's not like just sitting in the shadows in the first half of the movie. She's basically saying, you know, you got to do your job and blah blah blah. She's kind of pushing him.
And I remember her blonde hair. It stuck out to me as a kid. The blonde hair. She was part of the movie.
Or the mom from Close Encounters, one whose kid got abducted and stuff.
Yeah.
She was fighting until the end, trying to find her kid and stuff. So he's never been like those other directors where women are kind of just like props, you know.
Or Jurassic Park, Laura Dern.
Yeah, Laura Dern's fucking awesome.
She's an instrumental part.
Yeah.
And the little girl. There's a little girl and a little boy.
She saves his brother. Yeah. Brother saves her. Yeah. It's
fuck out of here, man.
Whatever it was, her comments were stupid, and it kind of, I mean, she hasn't been as much stuff since then. She could have probably did at least one more Transformers movie or a bunch of other shit.
Well, to quote my uncle about Steven Spielberg, and it was when we were watching Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah.
Said, I like everything that Jew makes.
Yeah.
It's
pretty true.
And everything that Jew makes is great. We know it.
I honestly, I remember that a couple weeks ago, and I was like, honestly, he's right. I can't think of anything I didn't like.
Yeah,
there's nothing horrible. How about that?
Yeah, there's nothing that you even what was the one that was AI? It was considered weird.
It was weird. It's still
but weird. I still liked it.
But I watched it with the kids like a year ago. It's a good movie.
And with the way things are, I know everybody keeps going on about it. I get it, but it kind of like it's creepier now than it was then.
It is
because now that the Haley Joel character knew humans, and they're like, "Whoa, he actually knew humans."
Yep.
And spoilers.
Yeah, that's spoiler.
He's not. Yeah, he just lived with humans at one point, so it's kind of made him weird.
He is a weird guy, especially at the very end of the movie.
But I get what it was going for. We're just so long gone that it was crazy. They found one that was human-like and knew humans.
Yeah,
that's how crazy AI got.
And actually, that wasn't even his movie originally. It was Kubrick, and he just basically, when Kubrick died, he took over the movie and just made it.
You know, it kind of did seem more like a movie he would do.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it wasn't an original Spielberg movie. It was basically his friend Kubrick was going to make this. He died, and he just basically said, "Well, I'll make it for him." And he did. So visually, a lot of it looks like a Spielberg movie, but the tone and some of the other stuff is very Kubrickian. I don't know if that's a real term.
Yeah, I know.
Kubrick-esque.
Yeah.
Kubrick.
By the way, I saw, and I can't remember what one of the channels I follow had a in the upcoming live stream talk with a Catholic priest. ChatGPT is modern Ouija board. And I thought about it, like it is.
It kind of is,
because you're talking to a thing and you're getting an answer, but instead of your friend making it up to scare you, like we did with Ouija board,
yeah,
you're channeling a demon from the AI world, man.
Yeah.
So it is
techno demon,
but in a mythical sense, it is the Ouija board. Now you're asking this thing that's not a person,
yeah,
to solve it. But imagine that'd be cool though if people are getting diagnosed on Ouija boards like they do chat. There's people they're figuring out I got a salivary stone.
Yeah.
And and they go in and get looked at, and ChatGPT was right.
Wow.
So maybe maybe the Ouija board did that. Get that lump checked out. You're not supposed to pee every hour.
You're not
sitting there. Then you would always accuse your buddy. You're moving it. No, I'm moving it. No, you're moving it. No, dude. And then the one guy that's all in. No, it's the demon. The demon's moving it. Or the kid that lived here. It's Billy. Billy Pearsall. He's here. He died in 1922. Well, Billy Pearsall, he was killed. There was always someone that just got killed.
I never told you that story before.
They need to make a movie about a ghost that just died normally and it wasn't tragic. And he's like, this sucks. I'm haunting people, but I'm not really mad.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get killed or anything.
Yeah.
You know, I just kind of got sick. I got like the flu.
Yeah.
You know, I got
just like hanging out.
Yeah. I got the flu and I really wasn't strong enough to beat it because it was 1913 or whatever. And now I'm here.
And Craig said Brian Stan is at the UFC card in Atlanta tonight with his wife and 5 daughters.
Wow.
Says good thing he can beat the shit out of dudes because I guess his daughters are pretty looking.
Stan has been gone for like ever.
Still looks like he could fight today. I still wish he would run for office.
Yeah, he's been gone for a long time. It wasn't weird to me that he just left because he was a really good play-by-play UFC announcer, but he was also doing college football.
Yeah.
And then he just left. I don't know what he did, but he just maybe didn't want he ain't even on social media. No, he just flat out just gone.
Yeah. He wow, I didn't realize he was I guess I thought he was younger than us, but I didn't realize I thought he was right there around the same age as us. He's just now 44 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's about what I thought roughly. I thought maybe like between our ages, like 46. He's closer to your age, but that's all. That's wrong. He's a good fighter. Good fighter, you know. Oh, that's right. He trained at Jackson Winkle. Wink, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I'm trying to find his. I don't want to be weird about it. I was just trying to find his daughter because now I'm thinking most of his daughters might not be of correct age. Wait, this doesn't say he has 5 daughters. This says he has 2 daughters. Oh no, it does say 5 daughters on this one. Yeah, I think some of his girls are under the age of 18.
Yeah.
So I will not look them up.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
You don't want that smoke.
I don't want that smoke, yo.
Yeah.
As the street prophets say in WWE, you don't want the smoke. That's a wrestling thing. You don't watch it. You don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, we're one of our good buddies is in jail. What happened?
Miss Joe.
You know, your favorite boy, friend. Our buddy, the rapper, your favorite boyfriend.
Oh, your favorites? Yeah.
Favorite
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what he got put to jail for. I wanted to look into why he got.
I kind of forgot about that dude.
Yeah, I forgot about. I still follow him because the thing is, I called him Gold Soul, but he's actually not Gold Soul. The song was put out by Gold Soul, but in him.
Yeah.
But for years I called him Gold Soul. He's technically not Gold Soul. Gold Soul is a kid that kind of looked like Jeff. You know, he looked a little bit like Jeff from Hillbilly Havoc.
Yeah.
But your favorite is the one that looks like Tony Ferguson.
Yes.
And he got arrested. I think he's out though. I don't even know what he did. That's why I didn't even bring it up. I don't know.
He's still making hits.
Yeah, he still makes hits. He's still kind of weird, acting, strange on social
It says
media.
he was arrested. It doesn't say why.
No, there's no.
That's Sydney Sweeney's soap. That's not what they wanted.
Yeah.
Oh. Drugs and an unlicensed firearm, and also DUI and maybe fleeing police. I don't know. I can't get a straight answer. It's like 16 different things. Yeah. So he's doing typical stuff. Probably, it looks like he does meth. I'm not stereotyping, but that dude looks like a meth head.
He is thin.
Yeah. He looks like a meth head. So, yeah, I don't even know if I've heard any music from him or them or persons.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from him, man.
But he's thin and looks kind of drug addicty, and women probably like him because he's thin and looks like a drug addict.
Well, at least he's thin.
Yeah.
It gives him a big advantage over most people.
Yeah.
So, most people, especially in North America,
That's true.
pretty big. Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of thin people,
Yeah.
who chicks like Jared Leto.
Yeah. 9 accusers. 9. That's it's probably like 30.
I'm only shocked because it came out now, but there's been rumors for like 2 decades that this stuff.
Well, he had a cult, right?
Yeah, they had a cult and all this other stuff. So I just wonder how many more will come out at this point. Accusers. Again, this is just
accusations. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything.
If there's rumors that persistent for that long, literally 20 years.
It's probably something to it.
There's probably something to it. I'm just saying.
But he, put it before it was cool to accuse people of doing that.
Yeah.
Before it became a way to elevate your own career, they were talking about him doing it, and he had a cult, and he looked like Jesus at one point.
Yep.
And his eyes he's always had this really, bulging, crazy eyes.
Yeah. But
and wasn't he dating one of the Olsons and everything when they were young? And
I think so. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
so there's supposedly he's making people touch him, and some people there might be an age difference that it's not suitable for legality.
I've heard that there's some of them who are underage.
Yeah, so
we're not talking like incredibly young. We're talking like
young enough to be illegal.
Young enough to be illegal, but still. And it's wrong either way. I'm not saying I wasn't defending him at all. I'm just saying we're not talking like people in single-digit age range. We're talking about closer to the legal age, but still under that legal age.
Yeah, it's probably young enough to get you beat up in jail, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably get you killed. But hopefully, if he did it, he goes away. The only problem is, like I have with all these guys going down, it's like, man, they're like all these great ones. I know we talked about it in the 70s. It was real common.
Yeah.
But like, are they all really this way? Is there anybody that just like fucks like women that are adults?
Yeah. See,
it's like, is it really that hard? I mean, look, we were talking about Hillary Duff. She's old. She looks great.
She looks great.
Fucking old chick.
Jared Leto's like an older dude. Jared Leto's 50.
Yeah, he looks like he's 32, but yeah.
He's still in shape. There's long been the rumors that he is endowed. Like he's got a huge hog. But he's a good-looking dude.
The rich get richer.
Well, yeah, but he's a relatively good-looking dude, according to the women. You can fuck whatever you want. That's of age, and you don't need to force yourself upon any of them.
For some reason, it just don't work for them.
It's a power thing. It absolutely is. It's so stupid.
It's like
don't get it. Those are the type of guys that have to face fuck women and stuff to get off. Not their there's anything wrong with that.
Face fuck, yeah.
You know.
I remember a guy didn't know the term for it. He's like, when you skull fuck them, I'm like, no, that's when they're dead.
Yeah.
The face fuck,
actually,
face fuck is alive. Skull fuck is dead. That's how that works.
A lot of people use skull fuck.
Oh, do they? Okay, because I thought skull fucking was like your enemies. You kill them.
Oh, there's that too, but it's
kill them and rip their heart. It's a figure of speech. It's not a literal thing.
Yeah, I know.
But you're saying that the face fuck is now called the skull fuck.
In some situations, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Just saying. Some people use it to make it sound more horrendous, and they'll use it. But so face fuck or throat fucking, either one of them's fine.
Well, since it's after midnight, we're going down the rabbit hole of filth.
Yeah.
Did you see Bonnie Blue got kicked off OnlyFans?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up too. Yeah.
And it ain't what you think, because at first I thought she got in trouble for something in a petting zoo. I was like, oh no, she did it. She went for it.
No.
And then she did but it actually wasn't to.
There's no zoophilia.
Yeah, it wasn't no animal thing. She I don't know why they got mad at her, but there was some thing where she was like in an enclosure like an animal, and there might have been a hole, and you know what I mean, the glory.
Oh.
And it was something to do with, I don't know, but so for some reason
with the animal?
No. Like dudes were she was the animal that you pet. She's the animal you pet.
I see.
And then there's also a conspiracy theory that she was once a dude.
Oh, really?
Again, this is not something I'm proud of, but I saw a time-lapse video of one of her stunts because I didn't know she was real at all because everything was just implied.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I did 100 guys. I did 1,000.
Sure you did.
And then I watched a time-lapse, and it's not fake.
Oh, yeah.
But the point I made was to the guy that was arguing with us, she has girl parts, dude. Because he was saying she's trans.
Okay.
And that is not a Franken pussy. That's a regular pussy, is what I'm saying.
I will say this. The one picture they showed of her, I just Googled her real quick. This picture they showed of her, she looks like the female version of the dude from the All American Rejects.
Yeah.
She looks like that guy in drag.
Like my cousin Kenny. Yeah. I have a cousin Kenny that looks like her. So her as the guy that they claim she is.
So I can see it, but I think she's
if it's not, none of her stuff is for the meek of heart.
No.
But if you want to, you can find it and it proves she has normal lips and girl parts.
Okay.
It's not a Franken pussy. It's not designed
basically
by a surgeon.
It sounds like OnlyFans just kicked her off for a misplaced, for a badly placed glory hole, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Oh.
And I think they got tired of the clown show element.
Gotcha.
But then there's another OnlyFans chick named Sophia Rain that said she's giving us a bad name. I'm like, oh yeah, your dad's proud of you too, because you're not. Okay, Sophia, I don't think your dad's happy with you either.
It's gotten so bad that, like, when you're going through your Facebook and stuff will pop in, like these little videos, I'm like, that's a good looking woman. And I'll like click on the video real quick, and they're just doing something stupid, like, I don't know, washing their car, or like one's like, I'm really into tractors, or driving a tractor or something. And when they don't have an OnlyFans, that's when I'm more shocked.
Yeah, I know. They all do.
So I'm like, come on, look at her.
Well, the thing is, I hate about it, and look, I'm no prude. I'm a dirtbag and everything, but like they'll have a Twitch channel and they have the OnlyFans. The Twitch channel, like there's kids that watch this. Come on, man. Just do your OnlyFans, and maybe I could see an Instagram to that, because Instagram has some people getting maimed, or even Twitter. There's maimings, but Twitch, I mean, come on. Yeah, come on.
It's an all.
Lock them out. Yeah, that's bullshit.
I don't get that,
but
I'm seriously usually shocked when there's not a link to your OnlyFans.
Yeah, I know. If a girl that is anything north of a 7 in looks,
and
they don't have an Only, I'm like stunned.
And there's some that are like older. There's, and I'm not joking. This lady is she's a decent looking lady, but she's older. She's a little bit thicker. Got huge cans. But really, the majority of her videos were like, she was going on these fucking insane water slides where it like shoots you off and then you go flying through the air. But she would film.
People are paying to watch that?
No, she has an OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, she has an OnlyFans? I mean, I get it. She got huge tits. She's in relatively good shape. She's a pretty lady, but she's not like overly smoking hot. But you could call her a MILF,
Yeah.
And It's like, of course.
Doing water slides.
She does water slides, and she's, she'll have the camera with her, so when you'll see it from the angle because she's filming it, but then you also see it from her angle because she's flying through the fucking air. Just shit like that, or just whatever little stunt she's doing that day or something. Simple shit, and I'm like, how she got so many followers? And then of course, it's like,
yeah, that's what like
huge tit stuff.
Yeah,
That's the most important thing.
problem isn't the problem is the guys that enable the shit. Sorry, you guys are pathetic. You're fucking pathetic. Like, you're paying. You don't have to pay for any of this stuff. You're paying.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You don't need to pay. Going up, there's sites it's free.
Trust me, I get it. To me, I would rather see a real world woman naked.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the fake ones.
Yeah, I get it. I get that.
I get it, but don't pay for it.
Yeah.
Go to Fapella or something.
Fapella, yeah.
You can find it for free. You don't pay for it.
Yeah. Is it? I think that's what I guess probably the lure of OnlyFans is. You can find your specific niche of a woman. Well, I like gap tooth, but 5'7", MILF, 2 years younger than me, so like 45. Like you get your specific thing.
If you think about it this way, if you are somebody who prolifically watched like regular, just professional porn.
Oh yeah.
How many of those girls are attainable?
None.
These are just regular females, or if you're a man, regular people that literally probably could live next door to you. These are people you could know.
Yeah.
And you're not used to seeing that way. And I guess maybe that's part of the thrill.
The draw, yeah. A little bit of cellulose.
For it, though.
Yeah, I'm not paying. A little bit of cellulose or whatever they got on their back end.
Yeah.
Bag of nickels.
But it literally astounds me when, like you said, anybody above a 7 does not have an OnlyFans.
I feel bad for women because of the cellulose, because I'm a whale and I don't have that, but they get it.
They get it. I don't know what.
I know, like I mean, I've been big forever and I don't have any bag of nickels on the back legs.
No. It's just a female thing, I guess. They're just inferior.
Yeah, that's
in that sense.
In that one sense, yes.
That's it.
No, but you'll see like a girl that's like not that big.
Doesn't listen, so
oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. You can listen to me comment on people's looks.
Giving advice. Oh, we do have to give advice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do. Don't we? We have some advice we have to give to one of our friends.
A friend of the show, Mark, right?
Mark was a friend of the show, kind of. What's the name of the lady?
Wandering Gypsy.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. So he was one that was stalking her, right?
Yeah.
Mark was. There's something different about her now, though.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I couldn't place it. I'm watching the video. I'm like,
boobs look bigger.
Oh yeah, her boobs look bigger. That's right.
I don't think her boobs got bigger. I think she's just like, she kind of hid away. She did the hideaway thing.
Oh.
And now, like, she's like, it's summer, and then like you can see that she's built.
Yeah, and that picture, she looked pretty built.
So Mark, now's your chance to get her back.
Now, in case somebody hasn't heard before, Mark was
he stalked her.
Well, yeah, come on. You know, he loves her. Obviously, he's trying to protect her,
and it was his right.
Yeah, he was just
to be with her.
Yeah, he saw her first. You know,
if he can't have her, no one can.
He's protecting her. It's cost him the relationship with his family because they were out to kill him or something. Remember?
Yeah.
His family was out to kill him.
Well, his dad turned on him, and then his dad set him up with her.
Yeah.
That was another thing.
Yep. And now she's like, I never met him before in my life, and like, come on.
Yeah, when I played that audio, I was like, whoa. He's like, he goes, I met her, and she had a different name. Even he's like, her name was let's just say Bethany. Bethany was actually having sex with my dad, and he was talking about his dad was somehow involved, and then it was his girlfriend. Like, it's like we don't have the insane asylums open anymore, so these people just run around among us and just.
Mark.
No.
Here's what you gotta do. You got to reestablish contact. You gotta cement that bond.
I agree. I just 100% agree.
Whatever you did before, double it. Just go balls out. Make your love known. Profess your love in any way possible. through gifts or words or blood and semen. I don't know what to do. You gotta do whatever it takes, though. Gotta do whatever it takes, man. Don't give up. Please don't give up.
No, because if you don't give up, eventually you win. You, like I said, you wear out the ocean. The ocean wears out the ocean wears out the the beach, and it erodes, and eventually you win.
Either you win or you win, because either she's going to end up with you or she'll never end up with anybody else, because you'll take care of that, right?
Correct.
She'll only ever end up with you, no matter how you do it. You just commit.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta no one can love her like you do. Simple as that.
That's right.
You know, you just, Mark, come on, man, and record it. Make sure you record all of it, so we have a record, so we can point out where you may have went wrong, what you did right. But you gotta do it, Mark.
Yeah.
Go after.
Because if you give up, then they win.
They win.
We know who they are.
Yeah, the same people turn your family against you and everything.
Yeah. They have ruined my life too.
Oh yeah, they ruined all of our lives.
They, and we know who they are.
Yeah.
We know who they are,
We know
Mark.
who they are.
And we can talk about it
But
anytime.
just in case they don't, who do we? No, it doesn't matter. I don't. It doesn't matter who they are. We know who they are. You know who they are.
Everybody knows who they are.
They. Now I'm kind of worried people are going to think we're talking about a specific group of people.
Yeah.
Because we're not.
Well, I don't mean them. We talked about them earlier. We're talking. This is a different they.
They, you know what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean.
Oh.
You know what I mean. They run the world.
You're the only one that can ever love her the way she needs to be loved, Mark. Look at those tits now. Come on.
Yep. The funniest thing about his delusions is he like hates her because she manipulates him and this and that. But I hate her. She manipulates me. She manipulated my dad, and my dad was an organized crime and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But then you're following, like, if I hate somebody, I just avoid them. Like, if we have some sort of falling out and I hate you, I'm not going to be bothering you anymore, Brian. I'm just going to go away.
Oh, man, I just forgot about that part. Then wasn't there something about his kid? He lost his kid, too? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
I don't know. I don't know.
That audio was crazy, though. That's all I remember.
Yeah,
But
I guarantee you.
Love is crazy, though, you know?
Yeah.
Love is crazy.
I'm not going to stalk someone I hate unless, well, maybe I would. Maybe I would.
Well, yeah. You know, if you stalk people you hate because, revenge.
Yeah.
Revenge is the best.
Yeah.
You need revenge.
But you're not looking at your cosmic right to be with them, though.
No, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different. Yeah. It's a different type of stalking.
That's right.
One is more like, no, they're both like hunting.
Yeah.
Like hunting human prey, but in a different way.
Yeah.
You know?
So if he just has to change his focus.
He can do it. You can do it, Mark.
I can get him back. I can get him back into the groove.
Does she have an OnlyFans?
No.
Oh.
No, she's just
asking for a friend. That's all.
No. She don't have an OnlyFans. Not that I know of.
Let's see those boobs.
They're big.
They look big.
But
she has a new vehicle too.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the other reason he's been having an issue, is because she changed the vehicle she's driving. Now she's driving the schoolie, little school bus thing.
You would be surprised to hear, Brian, that she says she gets lots of marriage proposals.
What?
In her DMs and stuff, which is totally shocking.
Like, I've only ever seen her like she is in a picture with her tattoos and her braids and stuff. She doesn't really have any makeup on, but she's still relatively cute without the makeup. You know, she's not ugly.
No.
And then those boobs.
That's the big.
Honestly, the biggest turnoff is those dreads.
Yeah, I don't like dreads.
I'm not a big, I don't like the dreads. They probably stink because you can't wash them all the time.
The choly smell.
It's got, I get it. The oils are good for your hair and your scalp and blah blah blah. I use it for beards and shit, but not all the time. I do, I do like to shower also. But you probably can't do that in the little schoolie bus she's got. But maybe that's what his issue has been. He didn't know what she was driving. Now he does again.
He can get back to the pursuit.
Yeah, it's because she's probably been hiding it from him for so long, and now I don't know why she did it. She slipped up, is what happened. She slipped up, and now is your chance, Mark. Pounce. Pounce on that thing. Do it. Do it for all of us that can't.
That's right.
You can do it, man. Disclaimer, we do not condone stalking.
No, never.
Just so you know. But this isn't stalking, this is love.
There's guys like standing with Israel because there's 2 hot Israeli chicks running. Some of the videos. Oh boy.
Oh man. There was one more thing.
What is
more,
it?
There's actually 2 more things.
Hit me with it.
I don't know who Sin City Manny Wise is.
I don't either. And again, it's another one that I didn't want to, because there's a video, 2 guys that have a YouTube beef. The funny thing is, the people covering it were insulting both of them. 2 small YouTubers, small time, with their nothing channels, and they're beefing. They had like 20,000 or something for the compare. Yeah, I wish I had 20,000. But anyways, they were beefing, and the one guy did the thing where he was in his city, which is Vegas.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in Vegas. What up? You know, like, you ain't gonna do anything. I'm in your city, bro. And he comes up and shoots him. So it's like, well, I guess he didn't.
City. What's he supposed to do?
Yeah, I just like that. To me, like, he came here and challenged me. I gotta kill him. My pride. I have the pride of a 2-year-old, and I have this retarded sense of pride where I got to do something.
Is Vegas not the Wild West?
Yeah,
I think
at the Bellagio fountain, no less. I went to that fountain once. Shot him right there.
Wow.
And he did the dude did the I'm here in your city, bro, live streaming, and he got shot on a live stream by his opponent.
Did he get a lot of views from that?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I saw the YouTuber shot. It's pretty. I mean, it's not overly violent. It's quick. You know,
just died real quick.
You just get shot, and that's that.
He doesn't die?
I think he died.
Oh, he died. Okay.
I think his wife did too.
He shot his wife?
They shot the guy's wife. Yeah.
Oh, that's not nice.
Here's a TikTok. I'll just download it, send it, and watch it.
And was the other one the parasail thing? You didn't get a video of?
The what?
The girl jumps up.
Yeah, I don't have video. That one's fucked up too.
Well, we'll have to watch that next week or something.
But here's the. I think I could send this. Let's go through here. I just didn't have time. I was busy laying around all week, and
same thing.
I
was busy today too. I took a nap. I was really busy. I did go see Alan, but I
yeah,
didn't really get to see him because he was working out real hard.
It's training.
Doing stuff.
I don't want this one. This is a 3-minute version of it. How long is this one? Yeah, this one's much shorter. This one.
Shorter is better. That's what all the ladies say.
Yeah.
They don't like when they're too big.
They hate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here. Let's do
insides.
Bust my guts.
Trust me, it kind of throws you off when you keep on hearing that from ladies. Like, oh, my insides.
It bust my guts.
You're all up in my guts.
All right, let's go here. Get somebody really quick. Here you go.
Does Facebook delete our live videos after a certain amount of time now?
2 weeks. YouTube is the only one around there where they stay.
Yeah,
all the others get rid of it. It creates. I get it. They want people to know what you're doing, like now.
Yeah, because this one's from May 17th. They deleted that one day.
I jumped because of how loud it was. And here it is. I'm in your city, yo. That's happening on YouTube, by the way. Live. So that's his perspective. The guy the mean.
The top one is the guy that's in the city now.
And the bottom one is the guy who's sitting here. Showed him.
Fake.
Yeah. It's doctored.
That's doctored. That's messed up, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's really messed up. Why'd you show me that? I don't want to see that. Anyways.
So that's what's going to happen to the people when we're talking about Rocky Dennis. We're going to be out somewhere. You talking about Rocky? So it's just blow me away. Dude.
They called him Rocky Dennis, the Atlantic mattress.
Yeah. The Rockalites. Okay.
I had one more thing. You ever heard of Matt Cameron, the drummer? Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Pearl Jam, all that kind of stuff. Back in the 70s, Matt Cameron was in a band, and they were a Kiss cover band. Because every stupid kid in the 70s loved Kiss. I don't still remember.
They all did. Yeah, even Dimebag, everybody, all of them.
All stupid. Let's spend the drugs. Anyways, so they got really good, and they were covering all these Kiss songs. And I can't remember if it was Peter, Chris, or Ace Frehley. One of them was there, and they played a show, and whatever Kiss member was there saw them play a couple songs, like, yeah, you guys are really good. A few weeks later, they got a letter from Kiss, and they're like, oh my God, this is it. It was from the record label. Like, oh my God, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make it big, and they're gonna give us a record deal and whatever. And it was a cease and desist.
I knew it where it was going. So there's a cease and desist.
Cease and desist, and it said they will sue them
because they did it too good.
Yeah, because they did it too good, and so basically, I think it was just like, I don't think Freely or Chris, I cannot remember which one. I have to look it up. Didn't like snitch on him. It just was mentioning it in passing, and someone found out about it, and they're like, nope, you got cease and desist. Well, Cameron did something with Kiss a couple months ago, and told them about that, and they're like, oh, you're pardoned. We pardoned you now. So 50 years later, he
finally let it go.
Pardoned by Kiss. I was like, come on. They had 14-year-old kids are going to sue him for playing cover songs.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess they wore the makeup and everything, so they were like really committed.
I can't believe you're going to cease it.
to teenagers.
What are you guys making? $30 a month off the fucking shows? I mean,
it was, oh man.
Come on, Gene. Jesus Christ.
And well, it's probably actually at that point, Kiss probably didn't own their music rights. It was probably just the record label.
Yeah.
Now Kiss owns all their own shit.
You finally pardon them.
It's like, yeah, you guys are pardoned. It's like, all right, thanks.
Can I play the songs again?
No. Yes, you can. You can charge $1,000 per song.
Actually, we need you to drum for us now. You're a lot better.
He's a great drummer.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny. He finally, after 50 years, got the pardon from Kiss.
Yeah, we're gonna let it go now.
And think about that. How many Kiss cover bands were there? Probably in the mid 70s to 75 to 78. There's probably so many.
There's still a bunch now. It's one of those bands that gets covered a lot. I do, and me too. I never was a fan.
I just don't get it. They're so awesome. No, really not. It's pretty simple shit.
Great business, but
yeah,
successful business.
Yeah.
Can't stand the music. Can't take it.
Can't do it.
So I guess we'll shut her down.
Yeah.
You can find us at radiounderground.gay. Radiounderground.gay. And once again, to all you Rocky defenders, we do not hate Rocky Dennis. We just think they took liberties with the kid's story. I'm
going to burn a copy of the movie in front of the camera. Just to prove nothing. Actually, I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to pay for a DVD or Blu-ray. Burn it. I'm not doing that.
Fuck that.
It's funny.
All right, guys. I guess we'll close out and get a copyright strike. That'll get reversed because it's at the end of the show. And probably this is Kokomo for Brian Wilson, even though that really wasn't his song.
Yeah, no, it wasn't at all. He wasn't even in the band at that point.
It wasn't?
It's fine to play Kokomo.
You want to hear it? Okay. This is for Brian Wilson, who isn't
by his brother, though.
Yeah.
Carl.
I could do Good Vibrations, but I already committed to Kokomo. So whatever. It's over.
You ever heard Rob Lowe's story about that? I'll tell you later.
No, I didn't hear about it. I should put this here. There.
Yeah, anything with 3-part harmonies, I'm usually in.
Yeah,
They can harmonize and stuff.
they can hit it.
Rose Namajunas looks like Billy Netter now.
Billy
The
Netter.
kid used to live around the block from us.
Yeah, I remember that kid.
That's great.